everyone, John with Fun to Be Free coming to you live from Epcot. Let's go! Welcome to the fabulous Walt Disney World Resort here in Central Florida. Hey explorers, like I just said, John with Fun to Be Free coming to you live from Epcot. You're gonna wanna stay tuned for today's video topic. Directly behind me, you can see one of my personal favorites, Spaceship Earth here at Epcot. In just a few moments, we'll check in with the actual guest entrance and check out the attendance. The crowd levels here, it's a good to go day. So let me flip the camera, we'll head towards the main entrance. Just listen to the background music loop here in the Spaceship Earth complex near the main gate. We'll check the chat in just a few moments as well. So here's what we're dealing with. It is a very comfortable day since it is a good to go day here at the Walt Disney World Resort. You can see there's not too many people right now, not too many people banging down the gates to get into Epcot today. But over in this direction is the Moana Topiary for the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. 30 years and growing. Directly overhead is Spaceship Earth again. We'll come back down and get a better shot of Maui.
You go sit up there, I'll get your
Hey, Pua, and Moana. I'll hover around this area. I could try to check the chat. Maybe I could jump in to the shade. In other words, near the guest entrance, there's some shade I'll duck into for just a moment. I'll remove my sunglasses, and then we'll check in with the video topic for today. All right, so everybody's here because you're probably are very interested in Walt Disney World, Florida. Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? So again, today's video topic, Walt Disney World, Florida, Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? Stay tuned and find out, as I say. All right, let's head towards Spaceship Earth and the fountain. And I'll actually pull out the bat phone and I'll enable the wireless feature so I'm able to send my phone screen over to your device at home. Just give me one moment and we'll get on with the chat. Give me a second here. In the meantime, enjoy views of the fountain. But Scary Mary TV, welcome in, welcome back. Nice to have Scary Mary TV. Scary Mary TV says hi, Randy. Randy says hi. Welcome in. Welcome back, Randy. Sonic says hi, John. Well, hello there, Sonic. Sonic says your Sonic Crutch is here. That's right, Sonic. Thank you for being here. And Fast Pass Radio, back in the chat. Welcome in, welcome back. Says, oh, okay. I already know where Fast Pass Radio is going with this. So I popped up the subscribe banner there. Fast Pass Radio saying, don't forget to like and subscribe to Fun to Be Free with John. Today he's at Epcot. Join the discussion about Disney World ticket prices. Stay tuned for more fun and magic. Awesome, Fast Pass Radio, thank you for that. And I will restate it because that's very kind of you. Fast Pass Radio says once again, don't forget to like and subscribe to Fun to Be Free with John. Today he's at Epcot. Join the discussion about Disney World ticket prices. Stay tuned for more fun and magic. Awesome, Fast Pass Radio. Randy says, it's Frank, Fig, and John time. Quiet on the back, LOL. Yeah, so Randy, so is it like a Yoda riding on the back of Luke Skywalker then? So Fig is on the back of Frank, is that right, Randy? It's Frank, Fig, and John time. Quiet on on the back. LOL. I love it, Randy. Amanda Hug a Kiss, back in the chat. Welcome in, welcome back. Says 82 more likes. We really have that many already? We haven't even just started. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Sonic says starting batteries level, John. We're at 100%, Sonic. 100%. Sheila Loves Disney. Welcome in, welcome back. Says, hi, it's me, Sheila, watching from Slidell, Louisiana at work. Thanks for the live stream. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad that you're here, Sheila Loves Disney. I bet you're really interested in the upcoming ticket prices. Scary Mary TV says, yay! There's the one, the only, John with Fun to Be Free. Everyone in chat, applaud loudly. LOL. Awesome, Scary Mary TV. Thank you so much. Sonic says hi at Sheila Loves Disney. Amanda Hug and Kiss says hi, Sheila. Randy says welcome in. Sheila, welcome back. Yukon Ron in the chat as well. Welcome in, welcome back, Yukon Ron. Hold on, chat's jumping. Yukon Ron says hello, Sheila. Welcome in, welcome back. Mama Duck, welcome in, welcome back. Applause with hands clapping. I love it. I love it. Thanks for being here, Mama Duck. Randy says welcome, Mama Duck. Tony O'Tower, back in the chat, welcome in, welcome back, says good morning. Well, hello there, Tony O'Tower. Mama Duck says hi, everyone. Randy says welcome back, Tony. Mama Duck says thank you at Randy. Tony O'Tower says thank you at Randy. And good morning, Mama Duck and Scary Mary. Amanda Hug and Kiss says hi, Tony. Tony O'Tower says good morning, Amanda. Mama Duck says good morning to you at Tony O'Tower. Amanda Hug and Kiss says hello, Mama Duck. Tony O'Tower says good morning, Yukon, Fast Pass Radio, and Sonic. Randy says sorry, it looks like it's double typing from both accounts. That's all right, Randy. Sonic says over here and over here, there are nice both days, no incoming inclement weather. Awesome. Yeah, it is a beautiful day here in Central Florida today. Just take a look at the stunning skies. Awesome. Scary Mary TV says, hi, Mama Doc. Christopher Chavez, welcome in, welcome back, says hi there. Wow, we must be at Epcot. You're right, Christopher Chavez. This is so cool that it is. It's cool for John with Fun to Be Free to bring you live streaming coverage from Epcot. I'm the guy that enjoying all this. I love it. Sonic says, hi, I'm Mama Doc. Tony Tower says, hello, Scary Mary TV. Joe Asia, welcome in, welcome back. Joe Asia says, hello, everyone. Well, hello there, Joe Asia. And good evening, Joe Asia, of course, joining us from the United Kingdom. Joe Asia's countdown is in the single digits coming to the Walt Disney World Resort. The chat keeps rolling, it keeps jumping. Hold on a second, I'm trying to go into shade so we can carry on with the news. Mama Duck says hello at Yukon Ron. Sonic says hi at Joe Asia. Fast Pass Radio says hello at Tony O'Tower. Amanda Hug and Kiss says hi, Joe Asia. Mama Duck, hi, Joe Asia. Sonic says 100% good. Yeah, exactly. We're all good here. Joe Asia said hi, all. Scoot Adventures, welcome in, welcome back. Glad to hear Scoot Adventures. He says hello. Fun to Be Free, Nation. Oh, Scoot Adventures. I love it when you're in the chat. Randy says, one day closer, Georgia. Ryan Wesley says, I come in peace. Welcome in, welcome back, Ryan Wesley. You Can Run says, hello, Georgia. Mama Duck says, welcome at Scoot Adventures. Scary Mary TV says, hi, Tony. Sonic says, we have all been chatting up a storm before your stream, John. Oh, so you guys are all getting acquainted. Nevada Smith. Awesome, Nevada Smith is here again. Welcome in, welcome back. Did you set your alarms at him? Nevada Smith says, hello, Frank and John. Oh, Frank says, hi, Nevada Smith. Joe Aisha says, Randy, only 2 more left. I can't believe it's so close now. Nevada Smith says, hello, everyone in the chat. I'm trying to go as fast as I can here. We got to get on with the breaking news. Tony Otero says, good morning, Nevada Smith. Mama Duck says, hi, Sonic Hedgehog, the man. Randy says, howdy, Nevada. Welcome back. Tony Otero, one little spark of imagination. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, 76 more to go. Sonic says, and also, John, I was DJ Sonic for myself 53 minutes before your show started. Very cool, Sonic. Thank you for sharing. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hello, Scooter. Okay, let's get on with the breaking news. So here we go. The breaking news. Oh, I didn't catch it in time. Okay, we got it though. But website credit goes to DisneyTouristBlog.com. Website credit goes to DisneyTouristBlog.com. Tom Bricker over at DisneyTouristBlog.com does such an excellent job. The animation will come off the screen over to your right-hand side, thus revealing the headline. And here we go. 2026 ticket price increases at Disney World. So again, today's headline, 2026 ticket price increases at Disney World. Walt Disney World's ticket price increase has occurred like clockwork, with prices going up for one-day, multi-day base and park hopper options for January through October 31st, 2026. This post has pricing for 2025 versus next year. Details on the increases along with commentary offering our thoughts. Let's start with the good news. prices did not increase on 2025 tickets, only on 2026 tickets. This follows the precedent established last year, which was not to raise rates on existing inventory, but only the new product release. Prior to that, prices went up in February or October, and sometimes December on the current and coming calendar year's tickets. For reference, last year there were 2 waves of ticket releases. The first occurred in the winter and covered dates for January through October 31st, just like what's happening now. The second occurred in the fall and covered November and December. This is incredibly important information that's necessary for an apples-to-apples comparison because prices hit new all-time record highs in the last 2 months of 2025. Not surprising given that encompasses the weeks of Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve, and those are the most expensive weeks of the year, on average at Walt Disney World. Prior to that, the last price increase on regular park tickets at Walt Disney World occurred on December 8th, 2022, meaning that Walt Disney World went over a year or 445 days without a price increase on admission, which is fairly unprecedented. It's actually 755 days if you do the math on the effective date of the higher prices since they were announced last February and didn't apply until this winter. That pause on prices increases occurred for 2 reasons. The first is that ticket prices increased twice in 2022, with the first happening in February. It wasn't just 2 increases in 2022 either. Admission costs rose more in 2021 to 2022 than during any 2-year stretch on record. Consumers were less cost conscious during the revenge travel era, and Walt Disney World took full advantage. As we've seen in the last 2 years, they're still trying to find ways to maintain that, adjusting for slowdowns in consumer spending. The second is that Lightning Lane multi-pass pricing has gone up effectively throughout the last 2 years with the debut of per park pricing and just higher prices in general. Although separate from admission and optional, this paid FastPass service is purchased by a high percentage of guests and thus acts as a de facto increase to admission prices, albeit one that you could opt out of. Okay, we're going to come back to the article in a moment here, but it appears Guardians of the Galaxy is having a shorter wait time right now. So let's go check the standby time and we may join the queue. So stay tuned for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind as I bring you the breaking news from inside the queue. Okay, it's posted at 55 minutes, so that's 55 minutes for Guardians right now. Let's join the queue. Well, hello there, nice to see you. Thank you for making the magic. It's nice and quiet here today. I love it. Oh boy. Okay. Everybody in the chat's in for a real treat right now. You're going to get 2 for the price of 1. You're going to get to double dip that chip. Did you just double dip that chip? Okay, let's get back to the article though. Point being, it's not as if admission has held flat for all or even a majority of guests over the last couple of years. Lightning lanes are optional, sure, but a high percentage of guests do purchase them, and it's necessary to replicate the pre-2020 experience back when FastPass was free. The additional good-ish news, at least for on-site guests, is that Walt Disney World has also ramped up discounts significantly in the last 2 years. Walt Disney World has effectively brought back the 2019 deal playbook and then some, offering discounts on par or better than the year after. Go ahead. Here, I'm just letting the guests pass, and then I'm trying to get back on track here. Offering discounts on par or better than that year after. Slim pickings between 2021 and early 2023. See all current Walt Disney World discounts for 2025. With the latest wave of discounts for this summer on tickets and resorts, we're seeing the cheapest prices for Walt Disney World vacations in over 6 years. See how to get the cheapest Walt Disney World trip since 2019. Of course, that's not apples to apples, as perks have been cut as compared to 2019, but it's still encouraging to see this downtrend. As we like to point out, Walt Disney World long ago adopted the Kohl's model to pricing, where the sticker prices are almost meaningless due to discounts. Go ahead. Kohl's learned ages ago that if the base price is higher, it makes the discounted rate look even more of a bargain. Walt Disney World leadership studied at the Kohl's School of Business and learned that same lesson during the Great Recession. Since then, we've seen prices keep going up, even as discounts get better. The end result is a value proposition that's now much better than 2021 to 2023, all things considered. And for summer, it's as good as 2019. Go ahead, please. Back to the article though. But you're probably here for the 2026 ticket price increases, not a recent history of Walt Disney World pricing and discounting. I just personally find that fascinating and illuminating context for the changes. As a general matter, Walt Disney World's date-based ticket pricing system makes price increases very difficult to assess. This variable pricing obfuscates changes by design, and it's thus difficult for us to fully track price increases. The good news is that, as noted above, Walt Disney World did not raise 2025 prices with the release of the annual product for 2026, so it's a pretty easy before/after by comparing this year to 2025 on the official Walt Disney World ticket pricing calendar.
Welcome, Terrence. I am Worldwide.
Here are the existing single-day ticket price ranges for January through October 2025. So Animal Kingdom, we get $119 to $169. Epcot, $129 to $179. Disney's Hollywood Studios, $139 to $184. And Magic Kingdom, $139 to $189. Here are the new single-day ticket prices ranges for January through October 2026. So drum roll, here we go. Animal Kingdom, $119 to $179. Epcot, $129 to $194. Disney's Hollywood Studios, $139 to $199. Magic Kingdom, $139 to $199. Okay, these prices are getting out of hand yet again. So let's just compare Animal Kingdom from 2025 to 2026. So it went up $10. Epcot, look at that, went up a lot more, $179 to $194. And then you got Disney's Hollywood Studios. Okay, but I'm still calling it Disney's MGM Studios, from $184 to $199. And of course, Magic Kingdom from $189 to $199. So I'd say that's a big jump if you ask me. You might see other websites with numbers that differ from these and contend that prices are flat, or in a couple of cases have actually decreased. This analysis is misguided. There are presumably arriving at these conclusions by comparing January through December 2025 to 2026, which might seem fair at first blush. The problem is that, as noted above, November and December contain the most expensive weeks of the year. So if you include those weeks for this year, but exclude them for 2026, because current tickets only go to October 31st, 2026, you're going to erroneously conclude that prices are flat or perhaps down slightly. But they aren't. We just don't have all dates yet.
imagine.
unless next year totally defies past precedent. Walt Disney World set a new record high ticket prices starting Monday, December 21st, 2026. From that date through December 31st, 2026, all 4 parks will hit their highest ever prices.
So much for us to discover.
Hold on, it jumped.
Continue to explore the mysteries of our vast universe.
Just like this year versus last year, for reference, there were some more pretty big jumps in 2025 for those same dates. We're talking $10 to $15 increases across the board.
As you journey through
The big question is whether Walt Disney World will have any trepidations about breaking the $200 barrier at Magic Kingdom. If so, that could mean prices not going up during the last 2 weeks of 2026. We highly doubt that'll be the case. Disneyland broke the $200 barrier without much reluctance and has weekends in October 2025 priced at that level. It's hard to imagine that Walt Disney World won't do the same over 1 full year later in December 2026. The other very obvious reason that they'll do this is demand. Despite the highest prices of the year, Christmas to New Year's Eve remains the busiest week, and by a wide margin of the year. If Disney really wanted to rip the Band-Aid off, they could probably blow past the $200 barrier and push prices all the way to $225 or $240 without much issue. Walt Disney World has exceedingly few opportunities for revenue growth right now. It's hard to imagine them passing up higher prices for Christmas and New Year's Eve due to the perception of higher prices. In the here and now, oh, it jumped again. I didn't do it. It's the ads making it jump. Crisscross will make it jump. In the here and now, the most expensive prices of January through October 2026 occur exactly when you'd expect them. President's Day, spring break, Easter, and fall break. And comparing year-over-year prices adjusted for the timing of different holidays, all of these prices are up, setting new record highs for their respective weeks. Offering the caveat that I'm not doing comprehensive data analysis beyond that, and am instead spot checking dates through the calendar, it appears that most dates and parks are up around $10 year over year. Generalizing further, the average price increase is in the 4 to 5% range. This is not a hard and fast rule and doesn't impact all parks equally. To my surprise, Animal Kingdom percentage increases actually outpace the Magic Kingdom. Good point, Tom Bricker. This is presumably because about a $10 bump from the lowest. Hold on, let me get my spot. I gotta go back. About a $10 bump from the lower baseline of Disney's Animal Kingdom is a higher percentage gain than about a $10 increase from the higher baseline of Magic Kingdom. Still, it's kind of odd to see the least desirable park, something that won't change. It'll only worsen, rise by more than the most desirable park. Not what I would have expected. Yeah, exactly. Although it's odd to see and suggests Walt Disney World took a blunt instrument approach to raising prices across the board. Summer pricing suggests the opposite. June prices are up slightly, but I actually couldn't find a single instance of higher ticket costs in July 2026 versus July 2025. To the contrary, there are a handful of dates showing decreases. It's a similar story in August and September, albeit not as pronounced. This isn't really as surprising as those months have historically seen the lowest price growth. Those 2 months are firmly the off-season, offering the lowest prices of the year and the lowest attendance. I'm not inclined to do more than cursory analysis to off-season sticker pricing, since it's meaningless in the end due to discounts. See above comments about the Kohl's model. At the other end of the spectrum, the months with the biggest increases appear to be January and February 2026. This also is not the least bit surprising. Demand has shifted strongly in favor of the winter visits due to a number of factors, but prices haven't completely caught up. I have yet to start my resort rack rate analysis, but I wouldn't be surprised to see major gains for those 2 months. Despite high occupancy, those are the cheapest months of the year, or rather were. in 2025. The July 2026 price decreases are interesting for the same reason, but in reverse of winter. The last 2 summers have been slow, resulting in Walt Disney World scrambling to offer deals and a flurry of media headlines about surprisingly low crowds, despite everyone, including Disney, oddly acting like this is a new development. It really isn't. For further insight into this, see Summer Isn't Peak Season at Walt Disney World from back in June 2017, or better yet, Summer Still Is Not High Crowd Season at Walt Disney World from last June. Although published 7 years apart, the story largely remains the same. The underlying rationales just differ slightly. Point being, it seems that Walt Disney World is finally coming to terms with the not-so-new normal of lower summer demand. We're seeing that this year with incredibly aggressive discounts. See the above point about prices lower than 2019, and that's also reflected in 2026 prices. I'm not sure what took so long, and it's also interesting that June didn't see similar decreases. June is not materially busier than July. Park ticket price increase commentary. My controversial opinion is that price increases are bad. I know, so brave to speak up about this, but I don't mean that price increases are bad for you or as consumers, in which case paying more for the same or less is obviously undesirable. I question the wisdom of price increases as a business decision for Walt Disney World. This isn't the pent-up demand era anymore, and there's a reason why Walt Disney World left ticket prices unchanged from December 8, 2022 through January 1st, 2026. There's also a reason why discounts have gotten much more aggressive in the last year plus, and why we're seeing a surge of special offers and better ones for summer 2025 and beyond. The thought process for 2026 prices is probably more of the same with the Kohl's model to pricing. Raise the sticker prices, capture the revenue that can be captured by doing that, and then offer discounts to backfill rooms and park attendants. It's not necessarily a bad strategy. It's the one that works until it doesn't. Excellent point, Tom Bricker. My fear is that Walt Disney World is reaching that until it doesn't phase. The above approach is viable so long as there's a strong stream of planners pricing out Walt Disney World vacations that is available to capture at both the higher and the discounted pricing. What happens when the stream slows to a trickle? If you're reading this, you're probably a savvy Walt Disney World planner, even though you're the demographic most likely to become incensed by the aforementioned increases. You are, ironically enough, the demo least likely to be impacted due to discounts. But what about everyone else? Not everyone is stalking DisneyWorld.com, waiting for the next special offer to drop to bring prices down to their level. Many people price out a vacation once and view the price they see at face value. It either is acceptable or too high. That's it. They're done. Either out or in right then. My concern is that there's already growing economic uncertainty and travel trepidations. At the same time, consumer confidence dips and fears of a recession rise. Then there's international travel, which has already plummeted from Canada, and it's likely to drop for other markets in the coming months, both as a natural byproduct of lagging pent-up demand in the current climate. Of course, that's in here and now. Things could be better or worse by 2026. One thing that we know is not changing is that Universal Orlando is opening Epic Universe down the street, while Walt Disney World's public line has been that a rising tide lifts all ships. This third gate at Universal Orlando is incredibly formidable competition and will likely negatively impact resort occupancy and attendance at some Walt Disney World theme parks. If potential guests price point out vacations to both Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando for 2026, they might be more inclined to opt for the latter. Ultimately, I hope these are misguided fears on my part. The economy will be booming in 2026. That Epic Universe will draw more new visitors to Orlando than it does pull people from Walt Disney World, and is a net positive as a result. I'm admittedly sensitive to public perception of Walt Disney World and have long been cringing at what those most expensive day ever and bippity boppity broke shirts mean during a slowdown or tougher economic environment. This is a problem that's been bubbling beneath the surface for a while. This is something we've been pointing out for a while with, is Walt Disney World too expensive for middle-class Americans? And is Disney ruining its reputation, covering the company's self-inflicted brand damage, loss of goodwill, and pricing perception problems? That has happened, at least in part because Walt Disney World is charging more and offering less as compared to 2019. These price increases certainly will not help with that perspective among average Americans. Boy, oh boy, Tom Bricker's onto something here, I think. So, if you've just joined us, the headline of the article is 2026 ticket price increases at Disney World. So again, 2026 ticket price increases at Walt Disney World. I'll take the graphic off the screen, the breaking news. I'm going to get back to the chat in a moment. I need to disable the Bat Phone's wireless feature. Hold on a second. I will be right with you. All right. But once again, if you've just joined us, once this live stream concludes, once it's over, I'd encourage you to start this video over. Be kind and rewind to check out today's topic, the breaking news. Walt Disney World, Florida, Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? So again, Walt Disney World, Florida, Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? So as I always say, tune in and find out if you've just joined us here on the live stream. We're currently broadcasting live from Epcot here at the Walt Disney World Resort. But I need to get back to the chat, back to the live chat real quick, and quickly mention, jump into the live chat. I'd love to get your opinion about it. In other words, are these price points getting too high? Is it the breaking point? Why is it that Disney is announcing essentially these price increases now? What's going on? Is it the current economic condition on a global scale? Is it travelers from Canada not coming? Is it Universal's Epic Universe? Is it an economic slowdown here domestically? Are average families being priced out? What is going on? I'd like to get your opinions, your speculation. We're currently in the queue for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, so stay tuned for that as well. Let me go back to the chat real fast, though. The last chat that I could see, or after I rewinded the chat, is from 2:18 Eastern. And Randy's saying, as a reminder, please smack, press, touch, hit, pound, tap, squish, squash, or even smoosh that like button on the way in. Alrighty, thank you for that. So I will pop up the subscribe banner since Randy has said that. So Randy says, as a reminder, please smack, press, touch, hit, pound, tap, squish, squash, or even smoosh that like button on the way in. And I could only imagine Randy wants me to rally right now, so here we go. John with Fun to Be Free is calling all explorers. So if you are joining us live right now, if you're in the live chat, I need everybody to smash the like button. We're going to do a countdown. We're going to start with the number 3. We'll end with the number 1. Once we get to the number 1, I'll call for an all call, calling all explorers. In 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. Do it now. Let's go. Hello there. Like, comment, and subscribe. And Sonic in the chat says it's really a struggle for John to talk over the voice of the attraction.
Let me ask you, what's your Twitch channel?
Oh, we're on YouTube right now, so you can take a photo of...
Thank you.
Got it? Okay, but back to the chat. Hold on a moment. I'm putting the Bat Phone in my pocket and I'm zipping the zipper here. Hold on just a second.
This is our current
innovative and revolutionary.
So Sonic is saying that it's probably very loud in here. Sonic's saying, but I guess he's used to it. Joasia says, amazing group of incredible people here in one place. All thanks to John and Frank. Oh, Joasia, I credit Frank. Frank's doing the heavy lifting here, Joasia. I just have to literally hold Frank's hand. He goes live. Fastpass Radio says, whoa, chat keeps jumping like Tigger on Espresso. That's a good thing. Let's keep John busy at Epcot. Smash that like button so he never gets a break. Yeah, keep it coming, keep it going. So, Fastpass Radio, thank you again. Whoa, chat keeps jumping like Tigger on Espresso. That's a good thing. Let's keep John busy at Epcot. Smash that like and subscribe so he never gets a break. Awesome, Fastpass Radio, thank you. Amanda Huggins says 100% agreed at Georgia. Randy said, I would imagine the annual passes will go up if the prices go up. Wonder what the price point will be. Yeah, expensive, Randy. Unobtainable. Very, very out of touch, out of reach for most average families, I think, Randy. Sonic says Fast Pass. Wow. Yeah, good one, Fast Pass Radio. Sonic says nice. Mom Duck says welcome in at Fun to Be Free with #1 fan. Wowzers, best handle name ever. Well, thank you, Mama Duck. But like I've said before, Mom Duck's handle's pretty neat too. Fast Pass Radio says at Randy, how's it? Randy says I agree. Either the New Year's and Christmas comment that they have those holidays on lockdown so far. Epcot is always sold out for New Year's Eve, and Christmas is sold out at Magic Kingdom. Randy, I thought about the exact same thing when I saw the price point for Epcot. Absolutely, I think Randy's nailed it yet again. So I'm going to repeat Randy's last statement. Randy says, I agree. Either the New Year's and a Christmas comment, they have those holidays on lockdown. So far, Epcot is always sold out for New Year's Eve, and Christmas is sold out at Magic Kingdom. Randy says, not either, it should be with. Amanda Huggins says, what's everyone's favorite Disney animated feature? Troy McDonald, welcome in, welcome back to the chat, says, hello, I'm your 28th like. Hi from Maine. Happy Wednesday. Go Disney. Well, hello there. We're streaming live right now on YouTube. But yeah, welcome back, Troy McDonald. Thank you for the 20th like. Amanda Huggins says, hi, Troy. Sonic says, hi to you at Troy McDonald. Yukon Ron says, nice at Troy. Mom Duck says, welcome at Troy McDonald. Nevada Smith says, howdy, Troy. Randy says, welcome in, Troy. Tony O'Tower says, hello, Troy. Magical Mike, welcome in, welcome back. Magical Mike in the chat again. Magical Mike, of course, from Magic Adventures. Magic Adventures is spelled M-A-J. Magic Adventures. They do live streams on YouTube. Once this video, once John with Fun to Be Free's live stream concludes, go check out Magic Adventures on YouTube. Shout out to Magic Adventures. M-A-J-I-C, Magic Adventures. Well, Magical Mike says, hello, John. Great topic, amazing stream. Well, thank you, Magical Mike. It's always nice to have you here as well. Shadow Black Mustang says, hello, how's things? I didn't realize park entry prices change by the month and day. Yeah, they fluctuate, in other words, based on season, if you will, or really it comes down to attendance or crowd level, if you will, Shadow Black Mustang. But things are great. We're broadcasting live from Epcot. Beautiful day here at Central Florida, Shadow Black Mustang. What's it like up north there? Tony O'Tower says, I wonder how much the pass price will increase. John with Fun to Be Free will flat out say it's expensive, and we saw the prices. They're expensive. They're going up. Everything's going up. Amanda Huggins says, hi, Magical. Randy says, hey, Mike. Tony O'Tower says, hello, Magical Mike M2. Awesome. Yukon Ron says, hey there, Magic and Shadow. Mom Duck says, Magical Mike is in the house. Amanda Huggins says, hi, Shadow. Nevada Smith says, howdy, Magical. Howdy, Shadow. Mom Duck says, welcome back at Shadow Black Mustang. Tony O'Tower says, good afternoon, Shadow. Shadow Black Mustang says, hi, Amanda. Amanda Huggins says, 69 more likes to go. Oh, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it, Cinderella. So John is making an all call. So John with Fun to Be Free is calling all explorers. If you're viewing us live right now, and if you haven't done so, in 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. Do it now. Let's go. Randy says, welcome back, Shadow. Shadow Black Mustang says, Mama Duck. Randy says, let's try to hit 100 before 4 o'clock. We can do it, explorers. That's right, Randy. So again, John with Fun to Be Free is calling all explorers. In 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. Do it now. Hulk smash it. Magical Mike says, hello at Tony O'Tower at Randy. Adam at a Hungy Kiss. Shadow Black Mustang says, Randy, hi, hand waving. Tony O'Tower says, we got this at Randy with big thumbs up. Magical Mike says, hello at Mama Duck. Mama Duck says, hi at Magical Mike. Rob's Mad World, welcome in, welcome back. It's always nice to have Rob's Mad World is here. We are over the hump. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, I imagine literally a camel in my head right now saying, we're over the hump. Happy Wednesday, Rob's Bed Roll. Awesome. If you're just joining us, we are here in the queue for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Reddy says, it does look like Tom is hitting the nail on the head. Looks like the Disney group is trying to phase out a certain class level and moving towards people who spend more at the parks, restaurants, and it'll be a ... because probably the chat probably cut it off. But yeah, I gotta revisit this before you go to the pre-show. Randy's saying, it does look like Tom is hitting the nail on the head. Looks like the Disney group is trying to phase out a certain class level and moving toward people who spend more at the parks, restaurants, and ... Magical Mike says, remember to share, like, and subscribe. Oh, thank you, Magical Mike. And because Magical Mike said that, I'll pop up the subscribe banner and read it again. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. Randy says, reports, resorts. Second, gotta find my spot. Sonic says, be kind and rewind. That's really clever. I'm glad you like it, Sonic. Mama Deck says, Rob's Mad World, welcome back. Magic Mike says, well, hello. Hold on, the chat is rolling. It's a jump, and I still lost my spot. I gotta go find it. Give me a second. Man Hug and Kiss says, hi, Robs. And you can run hello at Rob's Mad World. Nevada Smith says, howdy at Rob's Mad World. Oh, hello there. Nice to see you. Oh, hello there. Scoot Adventures back in the chat says, this article, LOL. I'm not saying a word. Oh, Scoot Adventures, come on. Come on. Let's hear your opinion. Let's hear your opinion. Scoot Adventures says 139 single day passes to Epic Universe. Just saying. So you're saying it's a discounted rate, Scoot Adventures, over at Universal's Epic Universe? Is that what you're indicating? And then Scoot Adventures says, nice day today. It is a nice day today, Scoot Adventures. Sonic says, all right, yes, I want to also tell you, John, that I was your 5th like today. I was late, but I don't mind. Okay, Sonic, why were you my 5th like? Usually you're my number 1 like. That's funny. And then, okay, I do believe we have a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Hello there. The handle is spelled JATHANCLARK06. So Jathan Clark 06 with big eyeballs. Welcome in. Welcome to the channel, Jathan Clark 06. Christopher Chavez says, I read the whole news on the website about the 2026 ticket prices, John. Yeah, getting expensive, Christopher Chavez. Sonic says hi at Jathan Clark 06. Welcome to the channel, Jathan Clark 06. Ryan Wesley says, can we make magic and get to 100 faster than before? Yeah, let's put some extra magic sauce in it, Ryan Wesley. So, calling all explorers, if you've just joined us and you haven't done so already, in 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. Do it now. Hulk smash it. Let's go. Amanda Huggins said, hi, Jason. Shadow Black Mustang says, yeah, ticket prices get wild. I don't have tickets yet for my December trip. Planned on doing that at the resort. It's perfect weather day up here in Connecticut. 70 degrees and 30% humidity. Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice, Shadow Black Mustang. Very nice indeed. Sonic says, it will be a ... LOL. Nevada Smith says, yes, we can at Ryan Wesley. Mama Deck says, welcome at Jathan Clark 06. And Magical Mike says, hello at Scooter Adventures. Randy says, welcome in, Jathan. So I want to go back to Randy's last statement now that we're caught up on the chat. And I'm going to reread it. So Randy's saying, it looks like Tom is hitting the nail on the head. Looks like the Disney group is trying to phase out a certain class level and moving toward people who spend more at the parks, restaurants, and ... So Randy, this is absolutely true. When John with Fun to Be Free was working at the Disneyland Resort, starting with the Soundsational Parade at Disneyland back in 2011, I would have conversations with my fellow cast members talking about this very thing, pricing out guests, pricing out annual pass holders, pricing out certain demographics, and year over year it continued to happen from 2011 at Disneyland, if you will, including now we're starting to see the effects here at Walt Disney World. So I'll check the chat again. I really want to get caught up before we go into the pre-show. Magic Mike says, hello, Scooter Adventures. Randy says, welcome in, Jathan. Magical Mike says, welcome to all new subscribers. Sonic says 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. We could do it. Eat. Magic Mike says, hello at Sonic. Mama Duck says, we could do it. We can do it. We could do it. That's right, Mama Duck. Sonic says, hi at Magic Mike. Sonic also says, I am munching on roasted seaweed. Yeah, Sonic loves his roasted seaweed. Let me check the camera battery levels. Hold on just a moment. I'll check.
Cameras, please make sure it's stepping all the way forward, filling in all available space in front of you and to your left and right. This will be a full show. Please make room for those coming in behind you.
Oh, fun to be free. #1 fan with a big thumbs up. Oh, hello there. Nice to see you. Hello there. Fun to be free, #1 fan with a big thumbs up is a new subscriber. That is quite an interesting handle. So here we go. We'll pop up the subscribe banner. Well, hello there. Fun to be free, #1 fan. The actual handle name is Fun to be free, #1 fan with a big thumbs up. Welcome in. Welcome to the channel. I'm John with Fun to be free, but you probably already know that. My guess is you may have joined me live previously, but welcome nevertheless. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell as well. Magical Mike says, well, that sounds good. Yukon Ron says, hello, Jathan Clark 06. Andy says, hey John, how you doing? Oh, welcome in, welcome back, Andy with an A. I am wonderful. I am swell. Andy, it's nice that you're here. If you just joined us, we are here at the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind attraction in just a few moments. Stay tuned because the pre-show doors will open and we will gain access to become Epcotarians. Randy says, welcome back, Andy. Andy says, hey there, Yukon Ron. Andy says, hey, Randy, thanks. Randy says, looks like you have a big fan. Oh, is it a fan that cools you down and it goes around in a circle? That's my biggest fan. Mom Duck says, welcome back at Andy. Yukon Ron says, Sonic, what are your favorite pizza toppings? Andy says, Mama Duck, thank you. And again, if you've just joined us, we're actually broadcasting live from Epcot. I'll pop up the Epcot banner and I'll show you. Live streaming from Epcot here at the Walt Disney World Resort, where it is a beautiful day. And of course, the slogan, the tagline for Epcot is the magic of possibility. Randy says, how's the pony, John? Did you get enough rest? Randy, the pony's not doing well today at all. Not well, not good today. The pony's already coming out. In other words, for everybody that's just joined us new to the channel, John with Fun to be Free has been suffering from a hoarse voice. In other words, it's raspy. And John with Fun to be Free is working diligently in the background, many hours after he ends the live stream, to bring you continuous news, breaking news updates, and new graphics here at Fun to be Free. So John with Fun to be Free is sleeping at a minimal rate, Randy. And Randy's going to say, John, you got to take care of yourself. And John with Fun to be Free will say, yeah, Randy, I know, I'm working on it. Okay, the pre-show doors are opening. We'll come back to the live chat after, of course, we disembark from this world-class attraction. I'll pipe down so everybody can enjoy the show. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby or inside the pre-show so we could become an Epcotarian.
Greetings, Terrans. I am Nova Prime Irani Rayal, Commander of the Nova Corps. On behalf of all Xandarians, I hope you have enjoyed exploring the wonders of Xandar. As you have seen, your world and ours were born of the same moment, one which you refer to as the Big Bang. As such, we are all galactic neighbors in a vast universe which we and countless others share. For you to travel to Xandar would take 2.5 million years, assuming you had a ship that could fly at the speed of light. So we decided to come to you. But even we could not have reached you so easily were it not for the Cosmic Generator, an advanced piece of Xandarian technology that creates jump points artificial tunnels that act as shortcuts, linking distant points in space. It is our desire to share this wondrous technology with your people so that together we might explore new worlds and create a brighter tomorrow. And now, as the culmination of the wonders of Xandar, you will be teleported to a Nova ship above your planet for a demonstration of the cosmic generator. I trust you will find it an unforgettable experience.
Welcome, people of Epcot, Epcoters, Epcotians, citizens of Epcot. Does anyone know what they call themselves? What? I'm on? Someone needs to tell me when I'm on. Welcome, Epcot Terrans. I am Centurion Tal Merrick, and we're just about ready to teleport you up to the ship for the demonstration. As you're about to enter a secure Nova area, I must ask you to put away your Terran communication devices at this time. Recording of any type is strictly prohibited. I am very serious about this. Now, please step forward into the chamber. You're gonna love this. You that we have never teleported Terrans before. But since your molecular structure is very similar to Xandarians, it should work. It'll work. So long as you are standing inside the lighted ring. You do not want to know what happened last time someone did not stand where I told them to, okay? Stand by for teleportation. Here we go. You made it! I mean, of course you did. Nova Prime, they're ready.
Excellent. What you see before you is the cosmic generator. And in just a few moments, we'll be activating it so you can experience for yourself what's happening.
I'm not sure. Our power's out. And the cosmic generator is gone.
Cheerio, Monarch. Go to Code Red. Prepare the fleet. And call the Guardians. Now.
There is no cause for alarm. Turn off that alarm. I've got an important transmission coming in.
Hey, what's up, Nova Corps?
Our cosmic generator has been stolen.
What?
How?
Why didn't we think of that? That thing's gotta be worth a fortune.
I am Groot.
Good question.
Yeah, who do you think took it?
Perhaps that really big man outside your ship.
Oh, that is a big man. I need to alert Nova Prime.
I am watching Terrans from dogs.
That's not creepy at all.
This species has failed.
Wait, whoa. We didn't even know there was a test.
He's got a cosmic generator. And he's creating a new jump point.
Jump point to where?
Not where. When.
It's some kind of mute jump point.
It's going back to the dawn of time.
Dawn of time, why?
To erase an error.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Your time is over.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean that's so vague?
The jump point is closing.
Hey, no, dude, you Nova Corps need to follow that whatever it is until we get there.
We can't. Our power is down, and I've got to get these Terrans onto evacuation shuttles.
I got it. I reprogrammed the shuttles to follow through the jump point.
Wait, what?
Look, they're our only chance of keeping track of that whack job until we get the cosmic generator back. Piece of cake.
What?
There's cake. Where's this cake?
The odds are impossible,
Yeah.
but it's our only shot. Good luck.
Are you sure you can control it?
Come on, it's me. We got this.
We're all toast.
First it was cake, now there is toast. This plan is making me so hungry.
Terrans, listen up. You need to make your way to the evacuation shuttles now. We'll follow with the fleet when we get our power back. I mean, when we get our power back.
Let's get back to the live chat. Yukon Ron says, Sonic, what are your favorite pizza toppings? Andy says, Mama Duck, thank you. Randy says, how's the pony, John? Did it get enough rest? Not enough rest, Randy. You could probably hear the pony. It's out. Mama Duck says, you're welcome, Andy. Everyone wants to be Gaston. Sonic says, cheese, pepperoni, bacon, green peppers, and onions at Yukon Run. John will fun to be free. Would agree, Sonic. Andy says, of course. Sonic says, lots of cheese, though. Magical Mike says, John, after this, you need a complimentary cup of water. That is a good suggestion, Magical Mike. Thank you for that. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Andy. Sonic says, yeah, raspy like raspberry. LOL. Andy says, hey, Amanda Hug and Kiss, how's it going? Magical Mike says, John works much later than 2:30 a.m. Magical Mike knows. Randy says, don't gargle with the Beverly. No bueno for you. Stay away from there. John, you have to take care of yourself. John first. Frank a close second. Yes, Randy, I know. I always hear what I believe your voice sounds like in my head, saying exactly what you're saying in the chat right now. Amanda Hug and Kiss said it's going very well because I'm listening and watching this channel while I work. You? Oh. Well, if Amanda Hug and Kiss is asking me, John, fun to be free, this is not work at all. This is a hobby. This is fun. Sonic says, greetings from Dusty Springfield again. LOL. Magical Mike says, no Beverly. That's right, Magical Mike. John with Fun to be Free will not be indulging in the Beverly. Nevada Smith says, howdy, Andy. Magical Mike says, jump points. We know them as wormholes. Randy said, anything but conga, please. How did I know Randy's going to say that yet again? Oh, boy. Scooter Adventure says, hi, Magical Mike. Andy says, I love listening in while I complete my work. Amanda Hug Kiss. I'm doing well as I don't have much work today. Okay, let's get on. Let's keep rolling with the chat, though. Sonic says, I might be here for that Beverly Challenge on May 2nd between Scooter and another person, but I got another meeting to attend to. Don't know if I'll have time to join the stream. Oh, Sonic, that might be a very special occasion. Andy says, howdy, Nevada Smith. Nevada Smith says, howdy, howdy, howdy. Scooter Adventure says, yes, we agree on the pricing. Out game. As a former cast member myself, I see the same as John was saying. All right, Scooter's on board. Eric Goldstein, welcome in, welcome back. Eric Goldstein says, hi, everyone. Eric Goldstein joining us. I think this is for the second time today. Andy with an A says, hey, Eric Goldstein. Randy says, welcome back, Eric. Randy with an R. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Andy. Randy says, with an R, we agree today, Scooter. Here we go.
Terrence, listen up. You need to make your way to the evacuation shuttles now. We'll follow with the fleet if we get our power back. I mean, when we get our power back. This planet of the Guardians doesn't stand a chance.
Mama Duck says, hi, welcome in at Eric Goldstein. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Randy, thanks. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Mama Duck. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Eric. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Amanda. Magical Mike says, hello at Eric Goldstein. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Mama Duck. And Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Eric. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Amanda. Magical Mike says, hello at Eric Goldstein. Oh, boy, you guys just keep rolling. Yukon Ron says, hello, Eric. Scoot Adventure says, Sonic, the Beverly Challenge is being moved to Universal Orlando as no one is going to be able to afford to get into Epcot to see it. Scooter Adventures, he's pretty much nailed it, I think. He's got it. Chat's roll and jump, but I don't know where I am in the chat, but I'm trying to find it. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Magical Mike. Magical Mike says, hello, Yukon Ron. Nevada Smith says, howdy, Eric. And Sonic says, LOL, Scooter. Okay. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Yukon Ron. Sonic says, who are you facing off with? Scooter Adventure says, Randy, we agree. Yay, I knew we could do it. I believe Sonic's asking John Fun to be free. Potato Land, probably, and Scooter Adventures, possibly. But Potato Land wants to see John Fun to be free enjoy the Beverly, but John Fun to be free will say, no, thank you, we'll pass. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Nevada. And hi, Sonic. Sonic says, hi, Eric. And the chat keeps rolling, keeps jumping. Amanda Hug and Kiss says 53 more likes to go. Okay, so Amanda Hug and Kiss is calling for John with Fun to be free to make an all call. So calling all explorers, I'm going to do an all call saying if you're joining us live and you haven't done so, in 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. So 3, 2, 1, Hulk smash. that like button. We're now staring at the, of course, the station, the load area for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. You can see the train advance around the corner and into the gravity box, the show building. In just a few moments, there'll be another train essentially advancing from unload that has no guests in it, and it will come into the load area here. Scooter Adventure says, Sonic, I think Potato Land. Bingo, bingo, bango. Sonic says, oh, chat keeps rolling, keeps jumping though. I gotta find my spot. Sonic says, who are you facing off with? Okay, we got that one. Scooter Adventure says, Randy, we agree. Yeah, I knew we could do it. Okay. Scooter and Randy agreeing. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Nevada. Hi, Sonic. Sonic says, hi, Eric. Oh, I think it jumped again. Hold on. Sonic is saying, I need to see what the Beverly really looks like. Sonic saying, all right. Magical Mike says, John is doing a great job for all of us. Hit that like button. It's free to do so. All right. So if you insist, Magical Mike. Again, Magical Mike saying, John is doing a great job for all of us. Hit that like button. It's free to do. Thank you again, Magical Mike. Eric Goldstein says, hi, John. Well, hello there, Eric Goldstein. Scoot Adventure says, it's very bitter, Sonic. Like really concentrated tonic water. Strong. Yeah, Scoot Adventures, you're being kind. Hold on, chat's still jumping. I'm having a challenging time locating the individual chats. Sonic says, okay, really am curious in how it tastes. Might be tasting similar to tonic water, but I want to challenge myself. Yeah, it doesn't taste like Sonic water. Sonic, no way. Lacey Jones, welcome in, welcome back, says, hey everyone. Nice to have you joining us here again. Lacey Jones, we're broadcasting live from Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind here at Epcot. Sonic says, hi at Lacey Jones. Eric Goldstein says, hi Lacey. Andy with an A says, hey Lacey Jones. Mom Deck says, yes, hitting that like button is free. It's fun to be free. That's right, Mama Duck, thank you for that. Magical Mike says Beverly looks like water. It is super nasty. Do not suggest it. I am doing the 14 Coke challenge at Disney Springs tomorrow. Oh, really, Magical Mike? Shadow Black Mustang, is this a roller coaster? It sure is, Shadow Black Mustang. Sonic says Chad is jumping like kangaroo or kanga and Roo in Winnie the Pooh, LOL. Nice, Sonic, good job. I'll read that again, I enjoyed that. Chad is jumping like a kangaroo or kanga and Roo in Winnie the Pooh, LOL. C&M Custom Signs, welcome in, welcome back, says ND with the house. Sonic says, hey, at C&M Custom Signs. Sonic says, Sonic water? What? LOL, Sonic again, laughing at his own jokes. Benny Rodriguez, welcome in, welcome back. Nice to have Benny Rodriguez in the house, as Mama Duck would say. It's made from grapefruit rinds. Well, that doesn't sound that bad, does it? Until you taste the Beverly. Andy says, was that the Fun to Be Free theme song? Yeah, it sure was, Andy with an A. It's fun to be free. Mama Duck says, C&M Custom Signs is in the house. Awesome. Hold on a second here. We're approaching. Oh, hello, just one. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for making the magic. One, you said. Okay, so we were assigned this row, number one. We're headed down now. We're being pre-sorted, if you will. In just a few moments, we'll join the load area along with the gates, and we'll gain access to the train here at Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. But Disney cast crew member Monique, back in the chat, welcome in, welcome back, says, hi there, how are things been? Oh, amazing. It's just splendid here, Monique. Glad that you're joining us. I'm so glad that you're here today. You're just in the nick of time for Guardians. We last saw you when you joined us for Fantasmic over at Disney's Hollywood Studios this last Sunday, Monique. Magical Mike says, conga, 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 conga. Magical Mike wants a conga. Randy will say, no conga. Hold on, chat's still jumping though. Chat's still jumping. Andy says, hey Monique, hello there, just one. Row one it is. Well, thank you so much. Is it the front or the back? Stay tuned and find out. So I'll show you what we're dealing with. We got row number one. Row number one again. Is row number one the front or the rear of the train? Comment in the chat below. Andy with an A says, hey Monique, Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi, Andy. Sonic says, at Magical Mike, I need to down it really fast in the Beverly. LOL. Mama Duck says, welcome back at Disney cast crew member Monique. Magical Mike says, hey, my brother, at Benny. Disney cast crew member Monique says, we'll be dancing the night away on Yeah Dancing. Magical Mike says, no, Sonic. Sonic says, hi at Disney cast crew member Monique. How are you? Sonic says, yes, Mike. Sonic says, I do. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Monique. Monique says, Amanda, what's up? Magic Mike says, hello at Monique. And Monique also says, Mike, pal, hi. Okay. So in just a few moments, everybody in the chat will get to experience Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind along with my camera rig that I call Frankenstein. This is, of course, Frankenstein Mark 6 that you're viewing the video from right now. So old Frankie boy is going to take a spin on the Star Jumper. In just a few moments, this train will be dispatched, advanced into the show building. Do 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 do. All right, and then our train, our Star Jumper, is going to come around the corner. Oh, there it is now. It's approaching the station. Hello there.
Hey, how are you? You get a good shot of him.
Oh, okay. We're live on YouTube right now.
Oh, wow.
Have you guys been on this before?
No.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah,
It's the most fun I've ever had on a roller coaster.
Oh, really? She needs to be here.
And here we go.
Okay, they're headed for the jump point. This plane is never gonna work.
Rocket!
Well,
Okay, I'm locked onto your vehicle.
We'll be right behind you.
nothing to worry about.
Unless we cannot stop this unusually large man, then you are likely doomed.
Noise? No one's gonna stop rock and roll from existing.
What have we done?
I think we jumped back.
We gotta get that generator. It's the only way back.
Give me gas. It's about time. Of course it is about time. Have you not been paying attention?
Wake your star blaster.
We have some contained, but not for long. you're thinking about.
Drax, it's an honorary title. They're not coming with us.
I see. It is meaningless. Well then, welcome to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now where's that cake toast?
Oh, thank you. Ground level here. I was just checking camera battery levels, and Sonic, I believe it says Epcot. No, not Epcode, but Epcot. And we're back outside here in World Discovery at Epcot. I'm still getting my bearings. Bear with me just one moment. I'm removing my sunnies, my sunglasses from my cargo shorts pockets. There they are, the Ray-Ban Wayfarers. And so we're back outside, like I just said. It is a gorgeous day here at Epcot. I'm checking the camera rig. Hold on a second. I'll get back to the live chat in a moment. I'm getting all set up here. We got chats a-rolling, that's for sure. But I think I have to take Magical Mike's advice and head over to Connections Eatery to secure a complimentary, fun to be free, cup of water. Boy, there's lots of chats I gotta get to. We're rewinding, we're being kind and rewinding, Sonic. Oh, I think I could get back to where I was, but the last chat that's displayed is 3:06 p.m. from Sonic. I wanna torture myself at Magical Mike. I am maniac, I think. Magical Mike says front. Yeah, that's right, we got the front, but is it the back? Because it steers, points. In other words, think of the Haunted Mansion. Put the Haunted Mansion Doom Buggy on a train. The Haunted Mansion points. So even though we advanced in the forward motion, when we launched, were we in the back or the front? Daniel Garcia, welcome in, welcome back, says, please make your way onto Star Jumper. That's right, Daniel Garcia. I hope you guys in the chat enjoyed that as much as I did very much. Randy says, welcome back, Monique. Randy says, row 5 for me, please. Yeah, again, Randy says he gets a little motion sick, so he wants the middle of the train. Eric Goldstein says front. And Amanda Hugging Kiss says, hi, Daniel. Disney cast crew member Monique says, Randy Pal. Hello. Mama Deck says, welcome in at Daniel Garcia. Magical Mike says, try the plum, then it's even better. Randy says, welcome back, CNM. And Sonic says, nah, the Beverly for me. Magical Mike says, good luck, John. Awesome, Magical Mike. Yeah, we had luck. It was awesome. We got the front. What a great experience. Sonic says, you can't stop me. Okay, if you insist, you drink it. You drink the Beverly, Sonic. Disney cast crew member Monique says, ready to rock. It's living the dream. We party in the Guardians. That's right, Monique. Eric Goldstein says, is this a roller coaster? It sure is, or was, if you will. Mama Dex says, hold on to your hats and glasses, because this is the wild... I'm adding this. Mama Dex actually said, hold on to your hats and glasses, with the emoji icon hat. But John with Fun to Be Free is going to add, hold on to your hats and glasses because this is the wildest ride in the galaxy. Andy with an A says, yes, Eric Goldstein. Disney cast crew member Monique says, buckling up. Oh, buckle this. Fun to be free, #1 fan in the chat. That's the actual handle. Says, John with Fun to be free is very talented. I have dropped all the other channels for this show. Really? Oh, holy smokes. Great Scott it is. I love the channel name, Fun to be free, #1 fan. I love it. I love it that you're here and you changed your channel name or handle to Fun to be free, #1 fan. Eric Goldstein says, here we go. Thanks, Andy. Sonic says, YouTube. And Monique says, party fun time. Randy says, you guys are going to love this. That's right, Randy. To John with Fun to be free, loved it as well. Disney cast crew member Monique says, get ready to rock and roll. Oh, get them some backstage passes. Yeah. Randy says, fingers crossed, no conga. You ready? You got what you wish for, right? Hello there. Nice to see you. We're live on YouTube right now, but may I get 1 cup for water, please? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for making the magic. Take care. Have a great day. Okay, we're at the Connections Eatery. We have smashing success, baby. Okay, we're gonna head over to the Coca-Cola that makes the meal refreshing beverage station, and we're gonna find or locate the water here. Give me a second. Let's see, is this, oh, it is operational. That's good news. Okay, let me get my bearings. So, mission accomplished, Magical Mike. Let me get it in frame. Let me get the focus there. So we, of course, got the Fun to be free complimentary cup of water. Magical Mike says conga. Hey, Randy says no. Magical Mike says yes. Mama Deck says Fun to be free #1 fan. John with Fun to be free is always in our house. Awesome, Mama Deck. Sonic says conga on the coaster sounds like a good title. Not bad. Randy says come on Mike, don't jump. Don't a notch on the bar. Monique says we. Eric Goldstein says nice. Monique says rocking along, baby. Magical Mike says one way or another. Awesome, Magical Mike. Monique says oh yeah, we're gonna get cha on this. Awesome. Sonic says I got the song too as DJ Sonic. I'm sure you do. Sonic probably has lots of songs. Monique says yay, bravo. Lacey Jones says watching and listening from work. Awesome, Lacey Jones. Thank you for being here. Sonic says very good song. I need to play that in my set tomorrow. Oh, you should, Sonic. Monique says Lacey yay. Mama Duck says welcome back at Lacey Jones. Monique says hey Eric. And Sonic says thanks for refreshing Frank, John, 3:12 p.m. Yeah, so yeah, Frankie boy needed just a little help sometimes to get the audio in sync again. I don't know what it is about Cosmic Rewind. It could be a lot of wireless interference in there that takes the mic and desyncs it, if you will. Scoot Adventure says, Benny, grapefruit rinds is correct. Closest way to describe it is to squeeze half a grapefruit into some tonic water. Close reproduction at home. Try the Beverly for good health, John. Oh, I don't know about that, Scoot Adventures. Monique says, Scooter. Magic Mike says, Fun to be free is our guardian of the galaxy. But hey, where's the Epcot Galaxy Hero and Rocket Raccoon Fan 1? Amanda Hug and Kiss says 52 more likes. Oh, okay. John with Fun to be free is making an all call. Calling all explorers. If you haven't done so, in 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. Smash it good. We need to get to 100. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Disney, with a hand waving. Mama Deck says, 51 now. Sonic says, Scooter, I love grapefruit, but I don't know about the grinds, LOL. Hold on, the chat keeps rolling, keeps jumping here. Jump, 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 Sonora. Oh, yeah, and Sonic says, Epcot, LOL. Nah. You know, because, yeah, Gamora says, Epcot, it's Epcot. Adam N says, welcome back, Mr. Epcotter. And Sonic says, Epcot, I know. All right, so everybody that's joining us in the live chat, I'm sure you're gonna wanna see this, because Scooter's talking about the Beverly, Potato Land's talking about the Beverly, Rob's Mad World is talking about the Beverly. Here, I was gonna find an open station. I thought there'd be one over here, but no, snooze you lose, I guess. Here we go. There we go. So here is the Beverly located over here. Scooter could guzzle gallons of this. And of course, the Beverly from Italy. Beverly with its bitter flavor is a popular non-alcoholic drink that is a traditional part of Italian refreshment culture. In other words, a palate cleanser. And of course, you can see the small scale cups, which are very, very too small in stature and size for Scooter Adventures. He prefers a cup that is like a big gulp when he is gulping down the Beverly. But Disney cast crew member Monique says Adam. Amanda Hugging Kiss says hi Adam. Magical Mike says fun to be free, sun goggles. Yeah. Eric Goldstein says hi Adam. Mama Duck says hi Adam in. Scoot Adventure says Monique hello. And Sonic says eatery? Hold on. Chat's jumping. Eatery, John. Nah. You're going to eat the water then? LOL. No, I'm going to indulge in a refreshing, complimentary, fun to be free cup of water, Sonic. Eric Goldstein says yes, water. And Jamie Turner UK, welcome and welcome back. Jamie Turner UK says good afternoon all. Oh, thank you for being here. We're currently broadcasting live from Epcot, Jamie Turner UK. Scoot Adventures in the chat again. Hold on, the chat's jumping, still rolling. I gotta find my spot, hold on. Scoot Adventure says, Benny, good to see ya. Monique says, hi, Jamie. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Jamie. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Jamie. Mama Duck says, good afternoon at Jamie Turner UK. Christopher Chavez says, hi there, Disney cast crew member Monique. And Monique says, you found me, Chris, partner. And Jamie Turner UK with that emoji icon smiling. Christopher Chavez says, John with Fun to Be Free is exploring Epcot with us because we love him so much. That's right, Christopher Chavez. Thank you for that. Disney cast crew member Monique says, I like sunny days. It's better and beautiful. Oh, it is a gorgeous day here at the Walt Disney World Resort, Monique. Randy says, welcome in, Jamie Turner. New subscriber? Oh, I think they've joined us before, Randy. But Randy is saying, hold on, I will pop up the subscribe banner. I'm having a little difficulty, a little challenging time because I have my complimentary Fun to Be Free cup of water. So I'm juggling with that, trying to pop up the subscribe banner. But Randy says, as a reminder, please smack, press, touch, hit, pound, tap, squish, squash, or even smoosh that like button on the way in. Thank you again, Randy. Christopher Chavez says, thanks, John. You make our hearts super duper happy. You're welcome, Christopher Chavez. Thank you for joining me here today. Randy says, halfway there in 1 hour, we could do it. We are close to 700 today. We can make it. Okay, so John with Fun to Be Free is calling for all explorers. If you've just joined us, where have you been? We're going to do a countdown starting with 3 and ending with the number 1. You could see, of course, good old Figment. We need more Figment, more cowbell. But of course, the Spaceship Earth and its picturesque backdrop off in the distance there. I'll pause here for just a moment and we'll do an all call. So in 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. Do it now. Let's go, because Randy's saying halfway there in 1 hour, we could do it. We are close to 700 today. We can make it. Awesome, Randy. Thank you so much. Disney cast crew member Monique says, super excited. Monique says, wow, Chris, look at the lovely, beautiful nature around us. Wow, it's so amazing. Shadow Black Mustang said, doesn't look like a bad coaster, not as painful as Space Mountain, it seems. Oh, Shadow Black Mustang, Guardians of the Galaxy is so smooth. It's silky smooth. It's smooth as glass. It's so amazingly fun. Randy says, are you going to ask the Star-Lord to dance off? Hence the rumor. Oh, yeah, but Epcot Galaxy Hero or Rocket Raccoon Fan 1, they haven't popped up today. Disney cast crew member Monique says, Shadow, hi. Randy says, I prefer the Country Club. And Monique says, oh, like Country Club. Okay, that's good. What do they do over there? Shadow Black Mustang says, Disney cast crew member Monique, hi. And Christopher Chavez says, that's awesome, Monique. John with Fun to Be Free thinks we adore visiting Epcot as much as we do. Oh, well, as you know, Christopher Chavez, John with Fun to Be Free is a Epcot person. John is very passionate about his Epcot, as you're aware. As are you aware? Randy says they have Country Club at Club Cool, Monique. Monique says, sure is. Monique says, oh, yes, I remember it now, Randy, thanks. And Sonic says, yeah, you're going to eat the water then. My three sons. Oh, I'm not positive. Is My Three Sons a new subscriber, or did you come into the chat before? It feels like there was another handle similar to My Three Sons, if you will. But forgive me if I don't recall, but My Three Sons, I do believe, is a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Hello there. I am John with Fun to Be Free. We go live daily at 2 o'clock from the Walt Disney World Resort. We're currently broadcasting live from Epcot right now. We're actually headed towards the Land Pavilion. Stay tuned for that. But welcome to the channel, My Three Sons. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe as well. Monique says, Sunny, pal, hi. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, My Three Sons. Magic Adventure says, did you check for Beverly for Magical Mike? He loves that stuff, you know. So I imagine Jen is talking about Mike. So Yeah, I don't. John Fundamental doesn't understand the fascination with Beverly whatsoever. I don't know. Monique says we found Jen. Hi. Yeah, so there you go. Jen's in the chat under the Magic Adventures title. My Three Sons says cheers at Amanda Huggy Kiss. Mama Duck says welcome. My Three Sons. Nevada Smith says howdy, My Three Sons. And My Three Sons says something, but the chat's rolling. Chat's jumping. Hold on a second. My Three Sons says cheers at Amanda Hugging Kiss. Mama Duck says welcome at My Three Sons. Nevada Smith says howdy through My Three Sons. My Three Sons says thanks, cheers at Mama Duck. Got it. Because the chat just kept jumping. Every time I moved it just kept jump. Monique says Smith hi. My Three Sons says cheers at Nevada Smith. Mama Duck says cheers. Yukon Ron says hello, My Three Sons. My Three Sons says hello, cheers at Yukon Ron. And the chat again just keeps jumping. It just keeps rolling here. Okay. I think we're getting caught up though. That's a good thing. Randy says, welcome in, My Three Sons. Scooter Adventure says, take a sip of Beverly while we're there. No, thank you, Scooter Adventures. My Three Sons says, thanks, Randy. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, 47 more likes. Awesome, we're getting there. And Sonic says, hi at My Three Sons. My Three Sons says, hello at Sonic. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, we found out Epcot does make us smile. We have Japan, France, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Italy, China World, American Showcase, and Germany. Wow, great countries. I agree, Monique. Mama Duck says the chat is poppin' like Mary Poppins. That's right, Mama Duck, good one. The chat is poppin' like Mary Poppins. Okay, we're standing essentially just outside of the Land Pavilion featuring Soarin'. Featuring Soarin', you say? Well, I think that would be a great opportunity for us to approach the upper level, the overlook of the land, and then we could choose our own adventure, whether we go left or right. Maybe we'll go right, considering that's the way, the guests flow. They want us to go down the escalator, if you will. And then we'll head towards Soarin'. I think that'd be a great idea. Stay tuned for Soarin'. My Three Sons says new. Yukon Run says Frank should have a dance-off with Quill. Yukon Run. So I'll put Frankie Boy down on the pavement, and then it will burn his little feetsies, his little footsies, and they can have a dance-off. I know that's coming. Randy's gonna send me a AI generated photo of Frank doing a dance off with Star-Lord, I think soon here, right, Randy? Disney cast crew member Monique says even Norway and Morocco too. Yeah, we can't forget Norway and Morocco. Of course, the 1984 and 1988 editions to World Showcase. And the chat's still rolling, still jumping. Let me pause here for a moment. I'll put my water down. Hold on. And I will advance the chat. Hopefully we'll get caught up. Sonic says, you passed by Mickey and Friends, John. I wanted to see the DJ booth. Yeah, Sonic, we haven't got there yet. Stay tuned for that. I know. I'm fully aware. In fact, I thought about that before we went live. Sonic's going to ask about the DJ booth. Monique says, Sonic, I love them too. Monique says, hi, Ron. My Three Sons says 57 more days till our Disney trip. Stay at Poly before and after our 4-day cruise on the Wish. Awesome, My Three Sons. It feels like you've been to the channel before, but must have been somebody else with a very, very similar handle, My Three Sons. Because it seems like you've been here before. 57 more days till our Disney trip. Stay at Poly before and after our 4-day cruise on the Wish. Oh yeah, but My Three Sons sounds like a professional. My Three Sons probably knows exactly what they're doing. Hence, they're here with Fun to Be Free. Eric Goldstein says, hi, My Three Sons. Mama Duck says Magic Adventures is in the house. Awesome. Sonic says at Disney cast crew member Monique. Refresh my memory. You love what? Monique says Mickey and Friends Sonic, they're awesome. Randy says the Beverly is just the rite of passage to initiate the newcomers to Epcot, I think. That was Walt's dream. Walt's dream, yeah, right. Hold on, the chat's still rolling and jumping. I gotta go back to Randy's statement in a moment. Oh boy. Walt's dream. I call it Epcot, spelled A-P-C-O-T, Epcot. Okay, we're gonna navigate to the lower level. We're now obviously upstairs, if you will, on the upper level. You can see there's the overlook there. We're headed downtown. downtown. Okay, Randy says the Beverly is just the rite of passage to initiate the newcomers to Epcot. I think that was Walt's dream. Yeah, exactly, Randy. I'm sure that was Walt's dream to offer Beverly as a rite of passage as they get to, of course, this experimental prototype city. Well, I should say community of tomorrow. Because when I think of Walt's vision and dream, I think of the city. I don't think of the community. Sonic says, okay, cool. My 3 cents says, hello at Eric. And Magic Adventure says, good to see ya. Monique, Christopher, Mama Duck, Sonic and all. Sonic says, likewise at Magic Adventures. Magic Adventure says, it's asterisk. That's all right, Jen. That's all right. Here, John on Fun to Be Free is going to have to finish his complimentary Fun to Be Free cup of water before we, of course, embark on Soarin' around the world. Here, in fact, I'm passing it up. I should pause, come back up, rewind, so we can get a shot of the overhead marquee. I'll pause here while I take some sips of water. Okay, we have success. So I'll head over to a garbage receptacle and I'll toss it inside. We'll get a good shot of this. This is like a game. It's like a game of cornhole. There you go. All right. We got to get back on track here. Scooter Adventure says it was like Homer Simpson beer. I was like Beverly. That's right, Scooter Adventure. I'm going to have that in my head now. Duff beer for me, Duff beer for you. You have a Duff, I'll have one too. Okay, we are near the standby entrance posted at 30 minutes, so 30 minutes in red LEDs for Soarin'. Let's head in now. Let's join the queue. So you can see the overhead directional sign says all concourses. Let's get back to the chat though. Scoot Adventures, I'm gonna say again, I'm gonna emphasize, I totally see Scoot Adventures in the likeness of Homer Simpson character now, enjoying a Beverly. That was pretty good. Randy's probably working on it right now. A caricature, a portrait of course, Scoot Adventures in the style of the Simpsons character like Homer enjoying a Beverly. That is somewhat reminiscent of Randy's, of course, his little, how should I say it, the YouTube profile icon. Disney cast crew member Monique says, John likes adventuring like me. I sure do. I like adventuring through Epcot, Monique. Randy says, looking at 35 for Soarin' at 3:30. Awesome, yeah, not bad. So it ticked down to 3:0, 30 minutes, so we're in luck. Disney cast crew member Monique says, Soarin' reminds me at time you get to see lots of beautiful sights and beautiful views. It sure does. It sure is a neat attraction, isn't it, Monique? Sam Frolic, welcome in, welcome back, says, hi, John. Hi, everyone. Well, hello there, Sam Frolic. Thank you for joining us again. I hope you and your father enjoyed the Haunted Mansion yesterday, Sam Frolic. Christopher Chavez, hold on, chat's jumping, I gotta find it again. Hold on. Christopher Chavez says there was a version of Soarin' around the world at Disney California Adventure, better than Disney World. Would you say so, Christopher Chavez? I'd say they were identical before this current attraction, Soarin' around the world. It just got updated recently with the new sequence for, of course, the finale for the new Epcot, and along with the updated sequence with the Eiffel Tower and the Paris, France sequence. Randy says 72 of us in here. We can make it to 100. Come on, calling all explorers. Okay, so challenge accepted, Randy. John with Fun Be Free is calling all explorers, just like Buzz Lightyear, calling all space rangers. So calling all explorers. If you're new to the channel, if you're in the live chat, if you're viewing us live right now, we're going to do an all call. We're going to start with the number 3. We're going to end with the number 1. Once I get to the number 1, I need everybody viewing us live that if you haven't already done so to smash the like button. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Smash the like button. Do it now. Let's go. Thank you, Randy, for that. 72 of us in here. We can make it to 100. Come on, calling all explorers. Randy says, welcome back, Sam. My 3 cents says, I have recently subscribed, and this is the first time in chat. Your live streams are really clear, and to me, you should have way more subs, hopefully soon. Well, thank you so much, my 3 sons. Let me read that again. That is awesome. Thank you. My 3 sons says, I have recently subscribed, and this is the first time in chat. Your live streams are really clear, and to me, you should have way more subs, hopefully soon. Well, thank you so much for being here, my three sons. Tell all your friends, tell all your family, tell your coworkers. Shout out from a mountaintop. We're currently broadcasting live from Epcot. We're currently in the Soarin' Around the World queue. Stay tuned for this awesome, amazing, world-class attraction. Disney cast crew member Monique says hi, Sam, and Eric Goldstein says hi, Sam. Sonic says Epcot, A-P-C-O-T, apricot. Oh, where's the LOL, Sonic? I was expecting the LOL. Sonic says Soarin' with the tour of the universe rolling on the floor laughing. If you insist, Sonic. Randy says, I call Epcot and you must try the Beverly on the way in. That was the actual quote from the memoir. Okay, Randy, if you insist. John with Fun to Be Free is going to say, I don't think so, but I like Randy's style. I've enjoyed what Randy's saying. Randy's saying again, I call Epcot and you must try the Beverly on the way in. That was the actual quote from the memoir. Disney cast crew member Monique says something, but the chat just rolled, so I don't know. Hold on. Monique says, I know I haven't had that moment to ride Soarin'. I know I should, folks. I'm going to will. I need to think about it. Perhaps it's because I think many people are enjoying it too. Magic Adventure says that cup should have been recycled. Complimentary. Oh, you're. Oh. So, real quick. So, Jen, would you say that's. They should always go into the recycled receptacle? In the future, I will toss the complimentary Fun to Be Free cup of water, remaining cup, into the recyclable goods. Sonic says, at Disney cast crew member Monique, if it was called Mickey, Sonic and Friends, I would be here the whole day. Okay. Sonic and Friends. Well, like I said before, Sonic, maybe Bob Iger is going to purchase that intellectual property from Sega. You just never know. You could have totally DJ Sonic here at Epcot. Interesting. Disney cast crew member Monique says, flying is fun. It's like you're on planes. Soarin' does match that kind of energy. It can make us feel like gliding. We do. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. That's the best word to describe this attraction. It's just so calm and gentle, Soarin'. And of course, the soundtrack, the music, the background loop, awesome. Sam Frolic says, yes, thank you so much, John. He loved it. Oh, I'm glad I could help Sam Frolic. Glad he enjoyed it. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to smash the like button, like I say, and ring that notification bell as well. Disney cast crew member Monique says, Sonic, you believe it's that a perfect name? Sonic says, well, if there was an actual Sonic mascot in here. Almanac says, welcome at Sam Frolic. Sonic says, I would want to be security in there. Really? Why? Why, Sonic? Why do you say that? Magic Adventure says, 3, 2, 1, smash it. That's right. Thank you so much, Jen. Smash it good. Christopher Chavez says, oh, I see, because in the finale of Soarin' over at Disneyland, we flew towards Main Street, USA and saw the fireworks, and there was a hidden Mickey. Oh, okay. Would you call it a hidden Mickey, Christopher Chavez, even though it's literally in your face and as large as like a 5-story building? Hidden Mickey? Would you still call it a hidden Mickey? But I completely understand what you're saying, Christopher Chavez. He's just saying, oh, I see, because the finale of Soarin' over at Disneyland, or Disney California Adventure, I believe you're suggesting, since Soarin' over California is at Disney California Adventure, right? And then you flew over, of course, Main Street, USA. Oh, hey, Christopher Chavez, quick thing I wanted to mention. So, like I said before, John with Fun to Be Free actually worked at the Disneyland Resort for 22 years. So John with Fun to Be Free is actually in the Soarin' sequence film, the part that is showcasing Main Street, USA at Disneyland. So if you look carefully, I'm not kidding. I'm not over-embellishing. I'm not joshing you. This is 100% true, in fact. John with Fun to Be Free is actually in the Soarin' film, but you could only still see it at Disney California Adventure, because that is no longer the case here at Soarin' Around the World at Epcot, because the sequence has been updated, if you will. But the original Soarin' film, John with Fun to Be Free is in, 100% truth. And so, real quick story behind that. So it was actually, I'm just trying to recall what year it was. If I remember correctly, it was, I think it was December of 2000. So December of the year 2000, there was a private party at Disneyland. So the only people in attendance were cast members. So it was a private party for cast members at Disneyland, and they had the helicopter fly over, and it was announced at a certain time they were actually going to do the filming sequence for the Soarin film. And I want to say it was December 2000, because of course the Disney California Adventure opened February 8th, 2001. And you're saying, but how can that be? If I remember correctly, I could be getting this incorrect, it was December 1999. But either way, I think it was the year 2000 for the Christmas party, because they were running extremely late in the film, and there was one shot they needed to refilm or something like that. I think it was that one shot flying over Main Street, USA.
Aviators, I have a few reminders for y'all. To keep your wait time as short as possible, we ask that you keep your entire party together, as well as keeping up with the party ahead of you. And also, these railings, make sure both of your feet are on the ground. Again, to keep your wait time as short as possible, please keep up with the party in front of you and keep your party together. Thank you.
All right. So if you're just joining us, if you're new to the channel, today's video topic is all about Walt Disney World, Florida, Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? So again, today's video topic is all about Walt Disney World, Florida, Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? So if you've just joined us, once this live stream concludes, once it's over, rewind, start this video over, tune in, and find out all the details. Well, let's get back to the chat. Scooter Adventures says, Soarin over Epic Universe, coming soon to a theater near you. Oh, Scooter Adventures. Randy says, multitasking today gave you make sure the house is clean for the missus. Happy spouse, happy house. Yeah, so Randy's busy at work, multitasking, cleaning his house for his wife. My 3 cents with a big thumbs up. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi Sam. Sonic says, yummy, 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 yum, something in my tummy. No, what Sonic actually said was yummy, yummy. Seaweed, I am a maniac for it. And the chat keeps rolling, keeps jumping. I'm still trying to find my spot. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, Nevada Smith says, howdy Sam. Yukon Ron says, hello Sam. My 3 sons says, fun to be free. How are the crowds today at Epcot? Oh, my 3 sons, real quick. So today is a good to go day here at the Walt Disney World Resort. And what that means is annual pass holders could essentially gain access, gain entry to the touch points at the main entrance, the main gates at the various theme parks here, and without making a park pass reservation on the Walt Disney World website. So as a result of that, the attendance, the crowd levels are very low, below average today. It is very comfortable here at Epcot in terms of attendance, my 3 sons. Amanda Hug and Kiss says 38 more likes. Okay, so since Amanda Hug and Kiss is calling for an all call, let's pop up the subscribe banner. So John, what fun to be free, calling all explorers. If you've just joined us, if you're new to the channel, if you're in the live chat, we're going to do a countdown. We're going to start with number 3. We're going to end with number 1. Once we get to number 1, I need everybody viewing us live right now that hasn't done so to smash the like button. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, smash that like button. Do it now. Let's go. We need to get more likes. Disney cast crew member Monique says, any pals having a swell good time at Epcot? Monique, I am. John Fun to be Free is having the time of his life, bringing you a live streaming coverage from the Walt Disney World Resort here at Epcot. Sonic says, after Soarin, please go back Mickey and Friends way and turn right for the DJ booth. You got it, Sonic. Like I said, I know it's all in my master planned noggin, Sonic, because I know you're gonna ask. I know. Magic Adventure says, yes, it's paper. Yeah, you're right, Jed, it's paper. So yeah, in the future, it will be recycled. You got it. Thank you for the suggestion, Jen at Magic Adventures. Randy says, okay, now I hear I switched over to the phone. The pony is no bueno, John. Yeah, it's not doing really well today, Randy, the pony. In other words, John with Fun to be Free's voice is hoarse rasp. Well, okay, we're going to Concourse B. B is in Bravo. We're making a right here. Sonic says Disney and Sega will work. It must. Well, Sonic, you should look this up. So, not original to Epcot, but there was something called Innoventions Innoventions at Epcot, starting in 1994, actually featured Sega. You should start Googling. Get some Google tracks going there, Sonic, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Google Epcot, Innoventions, Sega. You'll see what I'm talking about. Epcot Galaxy Hero, welcome and welcome back, says, hey, how was Guardians? It was freaking awesome. Epcot Galaxy Hero, where were you? Yukon Ron says, most wax line cups cannot be recycled. We would need to research the actual cup further. Oh, Yukon Ron, are you going to look that up? Are you going to Google it? Disney cast crew member Monique says, Galaxy High. And Epcot Galaxy Hero says, hey, Monique, going to be at Epcot soon? One moment. I have to adjust my technical setup here. So I have to check out Frank, see if he's functioning correctly.
Party of two. Any parties of two?
My two, I'll take you. My friend, take one step to the side of me. And my party of two. We're going to head all the way down to C. Absolutely.
Okay, Randy, I'll give you an update here. So, as you're aware, I have more than one carrier. So my Verizon, the signal's completely gone. And you could say, well, we're in a bunker. But I don't know. This happened the other day when the phone heated up, and I suspicion there was an issue with the Verizon coverage. I should at least be seeing some indicator of some cellular data. I have no indicator whatsoever, like it's completely offline, Randy. So we're only relying on, at the moment, 100% on AT&T. So a single carrier connection right now, Randy. So I'm a little concerned. What happened to Verizon? As I say, what happened? Let me pull the bat phone out again. I was just playing with the bat phone. I'm actually going to power cycle the bat phone. So bear with me one moment. So I just turned it off here. Just turned it off. So we're gonna power cycle it. And I'm gonna stay here at the white line. I don't know where I need to be, but below my feet is the white line at this corner, if you will. So in just a few moments, I'm gonna turn on the bat phone here, and then I'll check this technical issue out because I'm a little concerned. Where is my Verizon coverage? I'll get back to the chat in a moment, but I really need to solve this. There's people in the chat probably going right now, going, no, but you don't get Verizon down there, and I'll go, yeah, but it's completely offline. I at least should get some feedback. I'm not getting anything. Oh boy. Okay, so I just power cycled the phone, the bat phone, and I'm gonna launch the app again, and hopefully we're gonna have some data back. Okay, so the app has been launched and it's back online. Okay, good. So we have Verizon coverage once again. So real quick, Randy, well, it's splitting between like 70 and 30%, 30% Verizon right now. There appears to be no Wi-Fi at this spot. There might have been Wi-Fi in the other spot in the queue, but we're back online here with Verizon. So we're essentially taking two pipes at one moment and making one large pipe. So let's get back to the chat though. Disney cast crew member Monique says, Galaxy High. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, hey Monique, gonna be at Epcot soon. Monique says, cool Galaxy. Rodeo Gamer, welcome in, welcome back. Rodeo Gamer back in the chat again. Rodeo Gamer, if I remember correctly, was asking John with Fun to Be Free about Sonos and Vekoma. Vekoma, the ride manufacturer from Holland that manufactures roller coaster tracks, for example, like Expedition Everest, Tron, Rock and Roller Coaster. But Rodeo Gamer, I don't know who you are, but Rodeo Gamer has my number, I'll tell you that when I say my number. Rodeo Gamer may know John with Fun to Be Free on a personal level, but I'm not certain. Rodeo Gamer, where are you from? Are you from the Southern California area, Rodeo Gamer? Rodeo Gamer says it's less than 5% of recycling is actually recycled. It's fine. Okay, according to Rodeo Gamer, all clear. Sonic says, why? John, I love Sonic so much, I am passionate about him. People will look at me weirdly though, but I hope that you wouldn't be the case. Sonic, it's what makes you you, dude. That's why you're here. I love it when you're here. Thank you for being here. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, yep, having concerns about crowds this weekend. So yeah, Epcot Galaxy Hero, it's spring break. And you're gonna say, yeah, but it should be more crowded. Disney knows what they're doing. Today is an annual pass holder blackout date for Pirate and Pixie Pass levels. Thus, that's why I imagine the parks are a little less crowded today. If the Pixie Pass was able to be let in today, it'd probably be packed here today. In other words, Walt Disney World seems to be relying on local crowds, if you will, right, Randy? Epcot Galaxy Hero says, but I will try my best to meet Star-Lord Sunday, and I'll give you a shout out to Yo John. I'll tell Star-Lord and do a dance off. Okay, I can't wait to hear about it. But if I remember correctly, Epcot Galaxy Hero said he lost epically during his last dance off with Star-Lord. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Rodeo. Magic Adventure says, Soarin' over California is currently in Disneyland, and the Soarin' over the World is in Florida. That's only 2, right? And they switch them? Oh, they don't really, well, how should I say this? I think I know what you're asking, but bottom line, the original show in Disney California Adventure comes back generally during the springtime. So, of course, that when I say original show, that premiered on February 8th, 2001 at Disney California Adventure, the original Soarin' over California. So the answer is, I guess, yes, they switch them, but it's only limited time offerings, if you will. Otherwise, they have Soarin' around the world with, of course, the specific resort ending over at Disney California Adventure, which is different from the Epcot resort ending here. When I say resort, Walt Disney World Resort versus Disneyland Resort. But again, Magic Adventures, Jen is asking, Soarin' over California is currently in Disneyland, and the Soarin' over the World in Florida. There's only 2, right? And they switched them. So I guess yes is the short answer. That I just gave you the long-winded one, though. Disney cast crew member Monique says, Rodeo High. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, Soarin' over Xandar. Coming to Epcot soon. Soarin' over Xandar. Treasures of Xandar. Scoot Adventure says, we had Lake Mickey at the Walt Disney World Speedway, where I was a cast member for 11 years. It was considered an official hidden Mickey. Yeah, I guess yeah, exactly, Scoot Adventures. I'm just staying here because I don't know this line. I don't know. I don't know. They'll come find us, I'm sure. Okay, see, yeah, we're good now. Good now. Hello there, just one, please. One. All right, we're live on YouTube right now. Thank you so much. Thank you for making the magic. All right, we got row number one here for the pre-show.
That's true. That might get that big lock up. It'll lock it.
Oh, I love it, Charlie. What is it with the Muppets?
Same thing. Don't forget the the 6-letter word's the adjective.
I think it's really cool.
one? We're live on YouTube right now. Would you prefer to go in front or behind me? Whatever you want. You could go in front. That's okay. I'll just stand back here.
That's gonna be, and you guys have to go. You're not gonna go.
Hello, welcome to Soarin. My name is Patrick. I'll be your chief executive today. We'll begin boarding in a few minutes, but first I'd like to acquaint you with some important safety information. When the doors to your flight open, please take a seat and store all carry-on items in the under seat compartment. Clues, cameras, purses, hats, and of course, these little things. Next, fasten your seatbelts, inserting them into the buckle on your right. As smaller aviators don't measure up to the height indicator on the seat, just put the belt through the loop in the center strap before buckling. That's where belt. Soon you will be airborne. So if you or your little aviators have fear of flying or heights, I want to wait for your party to get away. Okay, let's review. That is seatbelt, carry-on items, safety restraints, fear of heights, keep your hands and arms inside at all times. Yeah, have a nice one.
Do you feel like the minority right now? Surrounded by
All right.
No, you see if you're 5 years old.
Okay.
We are now conducting our final systems check. Please stow all carry-on items in the under-seat compartment. For your safety, remain seated with your seatbelt fastened during your flight and watch your children.
Bienvenidos. Favor de colocar sus efectos personales en el compartimiento debajo del asiento. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados con el cinturón de seguridad abrochado durante el vuelo y vigilen a los niños. Esperamos que disfruten su vuelo.
Hold on these articles. Have fun, guys. Can I have row 1? Please pull up on that yellow strap for me. Hello, YouTube.
Oh, hello there.
Hold on to those articles. Have fun, guys.
Soarin to tower. We are ready for takeoff. seatbelt, just push down on the red button on your right. Be sure to gather all your carry-on items from the underseat compartment and exit to your left. Have a great stay here in Epcot, or wherever your final destination may take you.
Is this the tower?
You should go in the first one.
Oh yeah, you need to go to bed.
Bags and loose cargo down here under carriage basket.
I heard Melody say, "Oh no."
They need to go on that other that ride you got on the smooth.
Melody was not gonna hurt it.
All right, let's get back to the chat. I hope everybody enjoyed Soarin' Around the World. It always thrills. It's so cool. It's so neat. Disney cast crew member Monique says, Rodeo High. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, Soarin' over Xandar. Coming to Epcot soon. Got that. And I think the last one we left off on was Scoot Adventures. We had Lake Mickey at the Walt Disney World Speedway, where I was a cast member for 11 years. It was also considered an official Hidden Mickey. Yukon Ron says, at Rodeo Gamer, if you know, you know. So real quick, if Rodeo Gamer is still with us, Rodeo Gamer, is your first initial of your first name happen to be a J? A J as in Jason, by any chance? Christopher Chavez says, wow, good for you, John. I'm impressed. That's very good. I like that idea. Yeah, now that sounds very interesting. Randy says, for those who... Okay, Randy. Okay. Let me pop up the subscribe banner again because it was just rolling. We'll do it again. Randy says, for those who haven't yet, please show your support by hitting the subscribe, smashing the like, and hitting the notification button so you never miss a moment of the magic. John is here every day at 2 o'clock. Well, thank you, Randy, for that. Epcot Galaxy... Oh, chat's still jumping. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, I'm energetic, along with Intergalactic Soarin' Party. Well, that's cool. Epcot Galaxy Hero also says, Randy, my turn. Nevada Smith says, howdy, Rodeo. Love the handle. I love it. Nevada Smith, howdy. Randy says, go for it, Epcot. Epcot Galaxy Hero. Okay, here we go. The subscribe banner's rolling, so here we go. Epcot Galaxy Hero saying, if you're new, sub, like, and ring the bell. Maybe we will Soarin' over Xandar or fly around Epcot. Who knows? Do I know? No, it'll be an intergalactic adventure. Thank you so much, Epcot Galaxy Hero. Sonic says, so John, I will not be here whatsoever tomorrow, and perhaps we'll be here on May 2nd. Okay, thanks for the update. But since you're here now, Sonic, stay tuned for the DJ booth. So DJ booth coming soon to a YouTube near you. Disney cast crew member Monique says, we're all excited. I'm all set. Scary Mary TV, welcome back to the chat, says, Soarin' is my fave. Yeah, it always is a crowd pleaser, Scary Mary TV. Sonic says, but I will always be your crutch. That's right, Sonic. You'll always do. Yeah, we're live on YouTube right now. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, was that good, Randy? And Epcot Galaxy Hero says, LOL. Eric Goldstein says, I love Space Mountain. Magic Adventure says, hug, Scary Mary. Epcot Galaxy Hero, oh, chat's still rolling. Still jumping. Jump, Sonora. Okay, I gotta find my spot. Hold on a second. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, yeah, I like Rise of the Resistance. Sonic says, yummy, I got bugs in my tummy. Timon and Pumbaa, I know that song so well. I bet you played on your DJ rig. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, John, Disney Hollywood Studios open at 10 p.m. Saturday. Yeah, that's not a good sign for you, Epcot Galaxy Hero. It's gonna be packed, probably. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. ain't no passing yeah. John with Fun to Be Free is hoarse and raspy voice. I can't sing. Disney cast crew member Monique says Mary Hi, and Epcot Galaxy Hero says Hakuna Matata ain't no passing okay, got it. Beat me to it, Epcot Galaxy Hero. Ain't no passing craze. Rodeo Gamer says, what pass do you have because you are at Disney Daily? That's right, Rodeo Gamer. I am at Disney Daily, and I have a Sorcerer Pass, Rodeo Gamer. Epcot Galaxy Hero says it means no worries for the rest of your days. Christopher Chavez says, wow, 22 years. That's awesome, John, with Fun to Be Free. Man, if I ever want to visit Disneyland again, I would have been surprised and happy. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, it's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Randy says, welcome in Rodeo. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Sonic says, thanks, John. You're welcome, Sonic. Magical Mike says, oh, hold on. Chat's still jumping, still rolling. Hold on. Magical Mike says, Soarin' over California was released February 2001. You nailed it. Scary Mary TV says, hi Monique, hi Magic Mike and Jen. Sonic says, DJ Pony John? Yeah, exactly. Wounch. John with Fun to Be Free has a pony in his horse throat. Sonic says, LOL. There it is. Sonic laughing at his little jokes. Epcot Galaxy here says, I'm DJ Galaxy. Christopher Chavez says, oh yeah, Soarin' over California debuted in February 2001. That's right. Sonic says, yeah, I have that picture from 1994, John. Oh yeah, so you're looking at Interventions with Sega and Sonic? Probably Sonic? Sonic says, don't worry. Disney cast crew member Monique says this is going to be the best magical day ever. As long as John with Fun to Be Free's raspy voice could hold out today. Eric Goldstein says, hi, Rodeo. Magic Adventure says 51. By the way, you've never been on B. I don't know where I've never been on B, Jen. I'm not sure. But 51 likes, I believe. So John with Fun to Be Free is calling all explorers. If you're new to the channel, if you've just joined us, if you're watching live and you haven't done so, in 3, 2, 1, smash that like button. Do it now. Hulk smash it. Do it good. Sonic says, hi at Rodeo Gamer. Oh, can you hear the background music, the BGM?
Yeah, the fireworks.
I'm listening to the land.
Fireworks were lit at night.
Awesome. Just listen to the land. Do, 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 do. Hear it? I'm pausing so you can listen to the land, literally. Fastwest Radio in the chat. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There's a speaker right there. Do 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 do. Oh, I love it. Opening day BGM here at the land. Amanda Hugginkiss says, hi, Epcot. Randy says, how are the flames on Frankie? Right now, we got a white flame. A-OK, Randy. Doing really well. Rodeo Gamer says, hello, Sonic. And Epcot Galaxy Hero says, hey, Amanda. And we're still jumping here. Hold on, I gotta find my spot in the chat. Hold on a second. Rodeo Gamer says, hello, Sonic. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, hey, Amanda. And Sonic says, Verizon is gone? No bueno. Yeah, so I powered cycled the phone and then it, magically came back. So we were having issues with Verizon coverage just the other day as well. So I think it's actually the carrier Verizon was the issue. Not the phone, but I power cycled and it came back. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, Randy, we in a building. Sonic says, how are you, a Rodeo Gamer? Epcot Galaxy Hero says, Verizon died to the plague of Xandar. Magical Bike says, your picture is good. Thank you, Jen, for the update. Amanda Hug and Kiss, how are you today, Epcot? Randy says, this is getting scary, and I hit send, and you started saying it. Really, Randy? There you go. So there's no way John with Fun to Be Free could pre-reading the chats, as I keep saying. So I keep telling you, Randy, I'm not pre-reading the chats. They come up, I read them. Sonic says maybe it needed to update the bat phone, John. Yeah, I don't know, Sonic. Maybe it was a carrier bundle update in the background with Verizon. I don't know. But yeah, again, it seems like it's Verizon and not the phone. Nevada Smith says, howdy, Epcot. Sonic says, okay, good. Verizon's back. Yeah, okay, good. We're back on track. So probably still before Soarin' then, I guess. Amanda Hug and Kiss says 35 more likes. Sonic says, be right back, gonna cut some stuff up. Sonic, you're gonna miss the DJ booth. I was gonna walk by it right now. Rodeo Gamer says, so Cal for sure. So Rodeo Gamer, I'm thinking, it knows John with Fun to Be Free on a personal level, possibly a fellow cast member at the Disneyland Resort way back in the day. Magical Mike says, the app says we are still blocked out with our pass. Yeah, so blackout date for Pirates and Pixie Pass today, I think, Magical Mike. Sonic says, John, try to locate Galaxy on Sunday, all right? I'm not sure what you're saying. Epcot Galaxy Hero, got it. Yeah, you just never know. Magic Adventure says the lowest 2 passes are blacked out today and tomorrow, so crowds are down. Yep, bingo, Jen, nailed it. Randy says, yes, Pixie Pass was blocked out today, so was Pirate Pass. Magical Mike says, John, have done Soarin' with Frankie. John, have you done, Magical Mike or Jen, and Jen, I should say. So Mike and Jen, that was the first time Frankie Boy ever experienced Soarin' around the world here at Epcot. So I hope it went well. Epcot, hello there. We're live on YouTube right now. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, I'm Sorcerer Pass, LOL. Yeah, same here, Epcot Galaxy Hero. Hey, where's Sonic? I wanted to show you. Here's the DJ booth, if you will. There, DJ is not here at this moment, but here it is. To get your bearings, there's Spaceship Earth over there. We're currently in World Celebration here at Epcot, Sonic. Sonic, of course, is a DJ himself, so he wanted to see this. So I just walked by. I hope Sonic's in the chat. So we're gonna slowly turn around here. I'm gonna put my sunglasses on, my sunnies, the Ray-Ban Wayfarers. It's really bright out here. I can still read the chat though. So the phone, Randy, the streamer phone is white flame. That's a good sign. And we got a bright screen, so it hasn't dimmed yet. And the chat's jumping as always. I don't think there's a setting where I could pause and unpause it and keep my spot. As the chats come in, it starts moving and jumping. Randy says, Jen, you beat me to the handoff, LOL. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, I'll be there morning Sunday. I don't know where I'll be, Epcot Galaxy Hero, but on the property for certain. Sonic says, row number 1, John. It's because you're the #1 Disney streamer. Oh, thank you so much, Sonic. I appreciate that. Nevada Smith says, at Magical Mike, that's kind of a personal question. And the 3-time Timmy Timber Toucher, or T6, says 10 days, 8 hours, and 5 minutes until Disney. Oh, but who's counting, T6? Hey, T6, check out these gorgeous flowers here for the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. 30 years and growing. It is a beautiful day here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Randy says, FYI, there is an updated signage at Magic Kingdom for the Adventures D sign. Yeah, I'm not exactly certain what Randy's referring to. Adventures D sign. Is that Adventureland sign? Not certain. Randy says, welcome back, T6. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, chop liver, Sonic. I love daily fast pass as well. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, I pulled a fast one on you, Sonic. Amanda Huggins Kiss says, hi at T6. Sonic says at Epcot Galaxy Hero, well, you need to scoot over to Walt Disney World as fast as you can. Randy says, oh, T6, you're gonna have fun. Yeah, T6 is coming to the Walt Disney World Resort. T6 says, hi, Randy and Amanda. Row 1 on Soarin' is the best. No looking at feet. yeah, T6 nailed it. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, haha, at T6. And Randy says, John, do you recommend any special restaurants on the West Coast for Disneyland? Oh, boy. Okay, Randy, I'm trying to answer this delicately as I can. So, there's a lot of restaurants that have amazing ambiance at Disneyland. For example, the Blue Bayou. of course, at Pirates of the Caribbean. So that's a great restaurant with ambiance. But the Grand Californian is the best, I think, by far. Any table service or quick service at Grand Californian, I'd say absolutely is a must-do, bottom line. So yeah, I'd say stick with the Grand Californian, can't go wrong. But I'll say that John with Fun to Be Free prefers Epcot table service dining experiences, if you will, Randy. So again, Randy, I'm gonna say Grand Californian restaurants would absolutely be the best. Let me find my place in the chat. It's all over the road now. Hold on. Nevada Smith says, welcome back, Timmy. And T6 says, hi, Nevada. Yukon Ron says, hello, Timmy. Sonic says, T6, the Terminator number 6, why don't you do the Mambo number 5? Sonic, the Mambo number 5. That's good. That's good. LOL. Of course, Sonic laughs. I had to get the LOL in there. John with Fun to Be Free's pony voice is really starting to, come out, if you will, Randy. Let me get a refreshing drink of water. I'll be right with you. Hold on a second. Okay, thanks for your patience. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, well, Sonic, you need to scoot to your couch as fast as you can. Epcot Galaxy Hero says fast, yeah. Sonic says, I don't even know if I was on Soarin. You were on Soarin. You went with us, dude. Oh, and Randy, I already know what he's going to say here. So I will pop up the subscribe banner as we approach World Showcase along with the Canada Pavilion. Randy's saying, for those who haven't yet, please show your support by hitting the subscribe, smashing the like, and hitting the notification button so you never miss a moment of the magic. John is here every day at 2 o'clock p.m. Thank you so much, Randy. That's so kind of you. Sonic says, I need to be attentive. I guess so. Sonic, I was showing you the DJ booth that you were asking about. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, if you know, you know. And Sonic says, Soarin Airlines. Yeah, it's very, very reminiscent, if you will. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, no, Soarin Private Airlines, I guess. Sonic says, okay then, private, okay. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, no, rolls eyes. Sonic said, hee. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, Epcot Soarin Airlines, your non-stop tour around the world, soaring over famous places. Please like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get a free ticket. Awesome. Thank you so much, Epcot Galaxy Hero. And T6 says, let's see the updated Eiffel Tower image. Last time I was on Soarin, it was still distorted and crooked in 2023. Yeah, so it is very recent they updated that sequence, T6. And Sonic says, and now, Randy, real quick, the phone screen is dimming a lot now. So now it's starting to heat up. We just got a yellow flame on old Frankie boy. If you're new to the channel, I call my camera rig Frankenstein Mark 6, or Frank for short. Sonic says, well, that is quite a mouthful. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, what is? Sonic says, I would just say Soarin Airlines. Oh, Potato Land, welcome in, welcome back. Potato Land says, glad Disney went with around the world because soaring around Alcatraz Island didn't go well in test runs. Potato Land, nailed it. Oh, I like it when Potato Land's here. Awesome, Potato Land. Oh, Potato Land, please share where you're gonna be and very soon. Oh man, and the phone screen is so dim and dark that John with Fun to Be Free is having a difficult time reading it. But I think it says Epcot Galaxy Hero, what about soaring over Potato Land? Amanda Hugging Kiss says, Potato Land says, I liked soaring in both Walt Disney World and DCA, or Disney California Adventure, but I didn't care for the queue in California. Oh, but Potato Land, John with Fun to Be Free really likes soaring over California's queue, if you will, at Disney California Adventure. It's so large and overscaled here in Florida or at Epcot because, of course, you have to essentially traverse from the interior, the land pavilion, over to the show building that's essentially behind the 6-acre land pavilion at Epcot. Sonic says DJ booth. Oh, hopefully you saw it there, Sonic. So I'm gonna pass through this indoor merchandise facility, if you will. Of course, there's 2 here at Disney Traders and Port of Entry. We're now in Disney Traders. And the reason for our visit in here is I need to cool down old Frankie boy. Has a yellow flame. So I'll just hover around for a few moments and I'll check out the battery levels, the camera settings. Hold on a second. I actually need to take Orange Bird off the battery plate. Hold on, there you go. So this is the battery, the NPF battery that I call Orange Bird. Orange Bird was charging old Frankie boy, Frankenstein Mark 6. So I'm gonna mill about here and I will actually take old Blue. So you're my boy, Blue. We'll put Blue back on the camera plate and charge Frankenstein Mark 6 now. You may hear a satisfying click in a moment. Hold on a second. There we go, we got it. I got to double check it's actually charging. Yeah, so we have success. All right. Sonic says DJ Rig. What? LOL. Scoot Adventure says Soarin is the modern day version of If You Had Wings. John, I know you remember. I of course do Scoot Adventures. I want to finish singing the song. If you had wings, you could do anything. You could widen your world if you had wings. That's right, Scoot Adventures. I love that song. Oh, Scoot Adventure. He knows what John with Fun Be Free likes. Oh, and Betty Rodriguez back up the chat jumped in and says, and Delta Dream Flight. Yeah. Thank you so much. We're back outside here in the heat. But yeah, Betty Rodriguez and Delta Dream Flight. Yeah, awesome. So I'll let you guys discuss it in the chat before I bring it up. I'll let you guys do it. We may come back to it. Let me get a drink of water here. Hold on. I want to tease that a bit. See who remembers what about what attractions, if you will. Oh, and I put my sunnies back on and the screen again went so dim so fast. I'm having a difficult time, challenging time reading it. But Magic Adventures Jen says B Concourse, sorry. Oh, got it. Epcot Galaxy Hero says DJ time. But too bad, yeah, there was no DJ there, Sonic. Epcot Galaxy Hero says it's the universe of energy. Right? Epcot Galaxy Hero? What Epcot Galaxy Hero actually typed was, in caps, it's the universe of dash, wait, lowercase, wait, hang on, where is universe energy? Huh? In the caps. So, I'll just say it instead of teasing it. Yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind replaced, of course, the universe of energy / Ellen's Energy Adventure. But yes, Epcot Galaxy Hero, awesome. I love that soundtrack. It's the universe of energy. Sonic says, yes, Galaxy. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, where is Horizons? Yeah, demolished, unfortunately. John with Fun Be Free, that's a very sore spot that they demolish Horizons for Mission Space. And the chat's rolling, it's still jumping. I'm having a hard time navigating, finding it. Hold on a second. We're probably gonna duck into the Mexico Pavilion. The Mexico Pavilion. We gotta cool down Frankie Boy. Frankie Boy is getting a fever right now, running really hot. It is a warm day here in Central Florida. Stay tuned for more updates as they become available. I'm essentially gonna be making some upgrades to Frankenstein Mark 6. So, like I love saying this. Over at Carousel of Progress, old Uncle Orville with his air cooling. Okay, we're gonna jump inside the Mexico Pavilion because we need to get into some air conditioning and cool down my camera rig that I call Frankenstein. I could already feel the blast of cold air. This is good. All right. Remember me. Oh, Mama Coco. Sonic says, yes, Galaxy. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, where is Horizons? Yeah, gone. Fast Fast Radio. Yup, I play music from the land too. That's awesome, Fast Fast Radio. I know you do. I was just, calling Fast Fast Radio, and then you answered the call. I love it. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, where is Honey, I Shrunk the Audience? Gone. Gone. Scoot Adventure says, listen to the land song loud and clear. Here comes that copyright tag, LOL. I don't know. Maybe not for Living with the Land, but yeah. Either way, enjoy it, Scoot Adventures. Sonic says, nice speaker, all nestled in there. Yeah, they do a great job here at the Walt Disney World Resort, Sonic. So the Plaza de los Amigos, we're on the overlook. You can see, of course, the pyramid for the Grand Fiesta tour starring the Three Caballeros. Maybe we should have the opportunity to experience that since we're in the air conditioning right now, maybe. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, wait, where is all the good? Did I miss something? Did I time travel forward? Potato Land says, hi, I'm John with Fun to Be Free. I would like all of you to hit the like and subscribe and notification bell, or else they force me to drink the Beverly. Yeah, that sounds like me, Potato Land. You nailed it. And because Potato Land said that, I'll pop up the subscribe banner and I'll say that one again. That was really good, Potato Land. Says, hi, I'm John with Fun to Be Free. I would like all of you to hit the like and subscribe and notification bell, or else they force me to drink the Beverly. Awesome, Potato Land, I love it. Scoot Adventure says, John, yesterday Verizon was the problem child too. From my personal experience, you could almost do away with that carrier there. Verizon is horrible in the Disney bubble. Yeah, exactly, Scoot Adventures. I gotta, hello there, nice to see you. Thank you for making the magic. But yeah, Scooter, so I'd like to, oh, hello there.
Hello there.
We're live on YouTube right now.
Oh, very good.
So Scoot Adventures, I'd like to incorporate T-Mobile.
I was like, you got the technology.
Since I already, hello.
Hi,
yeah, we're live on YouTube right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine right now.
Yeah,
you're fine.
Go for it.
Yeah, they're reading the chat. If you have your phone.
Fun and free, fun and free, fun and free. Okay.
So I'm John with Fun to Be Free.
Fun to Be Free. Okay, thank you, John. You're really good. Trying to get the.
I just said that I love learning.
There we go. Got it.
Disney.
Yes.
Walt Disney World. All right, let's get back to the chat though. We're now in the queue for the Grand Fiesta Tour, starring the Three Caballeros. But yeah, Scoot Adventures, like we talked about earlier, AT&T is a carrier partner here at Walt Disney World. So the streamer phone is on AT&T service, and so I have nothing but awesome experience with AT&T here in Walt Disney World. Sonic says, cutting stuff up way back in the chat. Don't worry, I'm here now for the DJ booth. You got it, Sonic. Glad you're here. Sonic says, thank you, John. And Sonic says, I'm always in the chat. I know you are, Sonic. You're literally the first person to click the like button. Sonic says, but not tomorrow and maybe not on May 2nd, but I will see. I understand, Sonic. Randy says, yes, sorry, the vacuum got the best of me. The Adventureland sign has been updated. Oh, really, Randy? So we'll have to check that out next time we're over there at the Magic Kingdom. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, Randy, the Blue Bayou is my fave. The ambiance is second to none. Mama Duck says, same. Yeah. Mama Duck, remember the menus that you used to be able to, they were like masks, M-A-S-K-S, masks for junior explorers. We'd pop out the little eyes and you put on the pirate themed mask and they doubled as the kids menu in the Blue Bayou, Mama Duck. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, I've only been to Disneyland Resort once. And wasn't it so charming, Epcot Galaxy Hero? Sonic says, Blue Bayou, Sonic Bayou. Hold on, chat's jumping. Chat's a jumping. And of course, there it is, Sonic said, LOL, he's laughing at his own joke. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, I went to Disneyland Resort for the first time in October. Tell us about your experience, Epcot Galaxy Hero. I'd love to hear about it. Epcot Galaxy Hero said, did both West Coast parks one? Probably once, is probably what he's referring to. Hello there, just one, please.
Okay, roll number one.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a great day. So, let me show you what we're dealing with here. Row number one. And the load gates are closing. And this boat will be dispatched into the attraction. And there'll be a fresh, unloaded boat advancing from unload up here to load. In just a few moments, these gates will open. There you go. And we will embark. We'll load on the boat.
Para su seguridad, esta cinta permite ingreso. Gracias. ustedes dentro del auto y cuide a los pequeñitos. Gracias.
Bienvenidos. For your safety, remain seated keeping your pants, arms, feet and legs inside the boat. And if you have children with you, please watch them. Gracias.
So we're just talking about the Blue Bayou. So the San Angel Inn is very reminiscent of the Blue Bayou at Disneyland at the Pirates of the Caribbean in New Orleans Square.
I don't know. We must wait to see the concert. It's tonight. Excuse me. This way.
Shut
Hello? Wait, Dr. JP, Dr.
See you again! Hey, catch us on tour! Oh, you're a terrific audience! See you next time! Hasta la vista! Goodbye! Hey, amigos! Thanks for coming to Mexico! Come again soon! We'll be waiting for you! Adios, amigos! Come again! See you next time! Catch us on tour! Viva Mexico! Goodbye! Adios, amigos! Come again! See you next time! And next time, please stay on the Sarape, okay? See, we chased you all over Mexico! Thanks for coming to Mexico, and come again soon! Be waiting for you, amigos! Goodbye! Thanks for coming to the show! Hasta la vista! Catch us on tour! Watching for you! Viva Mexico! Adios, amigos! See you again! Hey, catch us on tour! Oh, you're a terrific audience! See you next time! Hasta la vista! Goodbye! Hey, amigos! Thanks for coming to Mexico! Come again soon! We're waiting for you! Adios, amigos! Come again! See you next time! We're watching for you! Catch us on tour! Viva Mexico! Reaches the dock. Then, gather your belongings and exit to the right. Hey! Hasta la vista! Remember to stay seated until the boat reaches the dock. Then, gather your belongings and exit to the right. Hasta la vista! Remember to stay seated till the boat reaches the dock. Then, gather your belongings and exit.
All right, so we just unloaded from the Grand Fiesta Tour, starring the Three Caballeros. I think we just experienced some weak reception. Well, let's get back to the chat. Randy's saying thank you for making that reservation this week. So Randy, I suppose, is headed to the Disneyland Resort. Randy, the Grand Californian offers such amazing restaurants. On the Go with CeeLo. Welcome in, welcome back. On the Go with CeeLo says, what's up, John? Can we do Remy's single rider? That sounds like an excellent idea. On the Go with CeeLo. So stay tuned for Remy's Ratatouille adventure. John with Fun to Be Free was thinking we should double check the Frozen Ever After wait time as well. My guess is, and I'm not kidding, I did not pre-read the chat, but I do see Captain Mickey Mouse's handle next up, but I can't see his next statement. I just see his handle in the chat, and I assure you, I did not pre-read or fast forward the chat, but my guess is Captain Mickey Mouse is gonna pop in and go, John, can we go on Frozen Ever After? So we'll see Captain Mickey Mouse. Again, John with Fun to Be Free doesn't pre-read the chat, and I cannot see the statement that Captain Mickey Mouse is about to say. But again, I can only see Captain Mickey Mouse's handle is up next. So we are proceeding back outside to the World Showcase Promenade. And next up is the Norway Pavilion. When we were experiencing Soarin around the world, I actually double-checked the wait time for Frozen Ever After on the My Disney Experience app, and it showed 60 minutes when I looked there. So I imagine it's going to be 60 minutes or in that ballpark right now. If it's 60 minutes, I don't know. It's going to be a judgment call on that. It's a long wait time for an attraction that John with Fun to Be Free and old Frankie boy, my camera rig, hasn't experienced Frozen Ever After yet. And I'm a little apprehensive in regards to the cellular data coverage on the interior of the show building, because Captain Mickey Mouse said it's a little challenging sometimes to get out a signal from that building. But let me advance the chat and let's see what's up next here. So we got On the Go with CeeLo. What's up, John? Can we do Remy's single rider? So I was thinking that plan. Sounds like a great idea. On the Go with CeeLo. Stay tuned. Randy says, welcome in On the Low. On the Go with CeeLo says, thanks, Randy. Captain Mickey Mouse, here's the statement. Says, John, Lawrence said he talked to you about being on the Diz Pod, right? No, Captain Mickey Mouse. But Lawrence has been in the chat, I think it was yesterday, but I don't think he mentioned anything about it. But yesterday, I think you said, oh, let me talk to Lawrence. So Captain Mickey Mouse, so I could have an email. I haven't read it. We're live. I'll check my email once we're offline, if you will, Captain Mickey Mouse. But Sonic says, oh, and the chat's jumping, as wouldn't you just know it. I gotta go find our spot in the chat. Sonic says, I am really glad you love that Mambo number 5 joke I made. I pulled it out of my top hat if I had a top hat with me. LOL. So you're looking dapper with your top hat and cane? Oh, Sonic, I love it. I love it. Randy says, it's 87 degrees and no clouds. John Frankie must be wanting a frozen margarita from Mexico. You could have the nachos. I know you're going to say you had a big lunch. I can read your mind also. Yeah, Randy, you nailed it. Had a big lunch. So Randy knows the routine. Right before I go live, I generally have a big lunch because John with Fun to Be Free is a big eater. It may not seem that way when you actually see me on camera, but I am a hungry macho man. Randy, I eat big, that's all I'm saying. But we're here in Norway, and I'm already seeing the Frozen Ever After, the actual, the crowd, if you will. So that's probably posted at 60 minutes. So when Captain Mickey Mouse is going, no, go on it, John. And I'm gonna go 60 minutes. Look, we have to wait outside in the sun just to even get in the door, Captain Mickey Mouse. Yukon Run says, at Randy, I highly recommend Tam O'Shanter in Los Angeles. Walt and his animators used to frequent there. You could always reserve Walt's table. It was opened by the Lawry family, L-A-W-R-Y, yeah. So that's an excellent suggestion, Yukon Ron. So Randy, check out Tam, T-A-M, O''Shanter, S-H-A-N-T-E-R. So Tam O'Shanter, look that up. And I bet Sonic's Googling it right now. It's very, very interesting, the Tam O'Shanter. So yeah. It appears to be 60 minutes for Frozen Ever After, so we're going to reverse our direction. So the exterior queue is in the hot 87 degree Central Florida sun, and old Frankie boy, my camera rig, is really on the hot side right now. Frankenstein Mark 6 is running a temperature right now. Epcot Galaxy Hero says there are 2 types of people for a World Showcase. those who start in the normal way, aka Mexico, and those who start in the unnormal way, aka Canada. Didn't you say that last time, Backpack Galaxy Hero? Yukon Ron says, and an inspiration for the Seven Dwarfs house. That's right, Yukon Ron. Tam O'Shanter. Randy says, copy that, Yukon. I'll put it on my to-do list. But keep in mind, Randy, Tam O'Shanter's nowhere near the Disneyland Resort. It is. With traffic, come back later. Come back next trip. Check out the mileage and the traffic before you commit, Randy. It is not easy to get to from Anaheim area. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, what's the if you had HD wings for, if you had wings, you could do anything. Epcot Galaxy Hero, was an attraction in Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom before Buzz Lightyear that turned into Dream Flight, if you will, and then Take Flight, and then Buzz Lightyear. Captain Mickey Mouse says, hey, John, in Dinosaur at Animal Kingdom, is that T-U-R-E, that car 7 is from Disneyland Indy Ride. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, there was a vehicle. I'm not positive if it's the complete vehicle or parts of the vehicle, but John with Fun to Be Free did work the Indiana Jones adventure in Disneyland. And so what I think Captain Mickey Mouse is referring to is they actually shipped a vehicle, or at least parts of it, over to Dinosaur, and they were testing a ride system, a ride vehicle from Indiana Jones on the Dinosaur. Before it was called Dinosaur, it's called Countdown to Extinction, or the acronym CTX. So I believe that's what Captain Mickey Mouse is referring to. Hey John, in Dinosaur at Animal Kingdom, is that that car 7 is from Disneyland Indy Ride? Yeah, so I think so. Yukon Run said, it's a must. Best prime rib, but everything on the menu is good. It's the first Lowry's restaurant. I'm sure you use some of those spices at home. Oh, and MCM, welcome in, welcome back, says, good afternoon, 3 consecutive one way or another on Cosmic Rewind. That's right, MCM. It reminds me of send my love to your new lover. Mary on the Move, back in the chat, welcome in, welcome back, says, hello everyone. Hey, at Yukon Run, I'm going to Tam O'Shanter for the first time in a couple of weeks. Awesome, Mary on the Move. Sonic says, hi, at Mary on the Move. Randy says, you won me at Prime Rib. Magical Mike Jen says, fun to be free sunglasses. Okay, if you insist. So these are my fun to be free sunglasses, the Ray-Ban Wayfarers. Let me get the camera to focus. Hold on, I'll have to hold them way out here, I guess. So there you go. My fun to be free sunglasses. Thank you so much, Jen. MCM says, ride Grand Fiesta Tour while you're there. I did, MCM, I just wrote it. Epcot Galaxy Hero said, it's the universe of copyrighted music in the Epcot. Yukon Ron says, hey there, Mary. It's always delicious and worth a visit. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, Epcot means experimental prototype copyrighted music of tomorrow. And Magical Mike says, you need to find a way to cool your case. That's right, Magical Mike. Stay tuned for more updates as they come in. Rob's Mad World says, have you had your Beverly today, John? No, thank you, Rob's Mad World. We visited Club Cool briefly, and Scooter Adventures was there, along with Sonic, and of course, Mike and Jen. So, but no thank you on the Beverly, as Rob's Mad World already knows. Amanda Huggin Kiss says, hi, MCM, hi, Mary. Randy says, let me know, hold on, chat's jumping. Really jumping. I really lost my spot here.
Yeah, okay.
Randy says, let me know how it was at Mary. Oh, and let me pop up the subscribe banner, because Randy's saying, as a reminder, please smack, press, touch, hit, pound, tap, squish, squash, or even smoosh that like button on the way in. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, Randy, wrong. Oh, I don't know if Randy's wrong, Epcot Galaxy Hero. You sure about that? Epcot Galaxy Hero says, hey, every time you hit the sub, like, and ring that bell, John will drink 1 cup of Beverly. No, thank you. John with Fun to Be Free will not accept that challenge under no circumstances. No, thank you, Epcot Galaxy Hero. Magical Monkey says, Epcot_Galaxy Hero. Call when you have mentioned went with the Dream Catcher. What I believe Jen and Mike, or I should say, well, I guess Mike. I was going to say Jen and Mike, but it's clearly saying Magical Mike. So Mike at Magic Adventures saying Dream Catcher. Probably reminiscent of course, Journey into Imagination over in World Celebration. The original version debuting, of course, in March 1983. It is so bright out here, super bright. Wow. we're headed towards the France Pavilion. I'm trying to make a beeline over the France Pavilion, simply because there is a single rider option for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. John with Fun to Be Free put his Fun to Be Free sunglasses on and is having a very difficult time reading the chat because the phone screen is dimming. I'm debating on whether jumping into, one of the shops here in the Germany Pavilion, but we should just head over to Remy. As long as I keep walking, I think we'll be fine. I don't want to stay out here too long in the flower of that sun. Amanda Hug and Kiss says 20 more likes. Okay, so John with Fun to Be Free is calling all explorers. If you're viewing us live and you haven't done so, I need everybody in 3, 2, 1 to smash that like button. Smash it good. Hulk smash it. Do what you got to do. Click it now. Click it good. Thank you, Amanda Hug and Kiss. 20 more likes to go to the goal. Sonic says, oh yeah, sorry John, I wanted to tell you what I saw, that no one could stop us YouTube video last night and the audio was really clear, like it came in from the original audio. Okay, thanks for the update, Sonic. Sonic is also saying, but I love the 3 Caballeros. I do too, Sonic. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, at Yukon, I watched a video on Tam O'Shanter. It is on my bucket list. It's very cool, yes. Yukon Ron says, you will not be disappointed. Randy says, good idea, the 3 Caballero ride. Okay, so we're back at 3 cabs right now. Got it. John with Fun to Be Free is attempting to read the phone screen, but it is so dim right now. I'm looking for a good place to duck into the shade, but there's not a good available spot at the moment. So I'm just walking a little faster than normal, than average right now. I want to get over to the France Pavilion so we could experience Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. So Frankenstein Mark 6 has a yellow flame, Randy. Not a good sign. I still think we're getting the signal out good, though.
I guarantee you that ain't happening. They announced that.
Maybe I could head towards the American Adventure and maybe hover around shade for a few moments. Maybe get a cool sip of water, and everybody's going to go, stay hydrated, John. Get your complimentary Fun to Be Free cup of water. And then John will say, oh boy, there's a really rough spot of weak reception, weak cellular data inside the Regal Eagle Smokehouse over by the mobile ordering pickup counter, though. It's really rough back there. There's no Wi-Fi and really rough on the 2 carriers that I'm carrying. So I could just go to the drinking fountain. Fast Pass Radio on the chat says, John, hopping on the Grand Fiesta Tour. Okay, wait, I think I know what's coming without pre-reading it. So I'll pop up the subscribe banner here. Hold on a second. I'm doing my best. The screen is almost black. I need to get to the shade. Fast Pass Radio says, John's hopping on the Grand Fiesta Tour. He's ready to chase down Donald, or at least grab a churro mid-ride. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Fun to Be Free with John. Well, thank you so much, Fast Pass Radio. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Like I said, I'm attempting to find some shade. So maybe I'll hover around the American Adventure marquee for just a moment. But back to Fast Pass Radio's chat. It says, John's hopping on the Grand Fiesta Tour. He's ready to chase down Donald, or at least grab a churro mid-ride. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Fun to Be Free with John. Well, thank you so much, Fast Pass Radio. Yukon Ron says, yes, at Mary. Can't wait to see photos. Sonic says, nah, he likes the Dole Whip at Fast Pass Radio. Yeah, I like my Dole Whip. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, I'm a go, bye. Thank you for being here, Epcot Galaxy Hero. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, on the go. And Epcot Galaxy Hero says, bye, y'all. Captain Mickey Mouse says, enjoy your Grand Fiesta Tour, John. We'll be back shortly. Hello?
We subscribe.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm John with Fun to Be Free.
We saw you in Hollywood Studio.
Oh, yeah.
In the elevator.
Oh, on the Tower Terror. Were you in the same ride vehicle?
No.
Oh, but you saw it in the queue.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Very cool.
Nice
to meet you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Have a nice day.
You too. You as well. Enjoy your stay. So always nice to meet new people that enjoy John with Fun to Be Free's work. Captain Mickey Mouse says, enjoy Grand Fiesta Tour, John. I'll be back shortly. Sonic says, very tame ride over at the Grand Fiesta ride. But it's so neat, Sonic. Auntie B says, hello, everyone. Well, hello there, Auntie B. Thank you for joining us. If you just tuned in, we're broadcasting live from Epcot. John with Fun to Be Free is going to get a cool, refreshing drink of water. Hold on just a moment, and I'll turn the camera around so you don't have to stare at the wall that's just made of brick. Hold on a second. And Magical Mike back in the chat says, at Captain Mickey Mouse, are you with the Dizpod? And Sonic says, hello at NTB. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, I saw your shadow. Yeah, lots of shadows today. Is it like a hedgehog? Or a Sonic the Hedgehog? Do I see my own shadow, Sonic? And Captain Mickey Mouse? Randy says, welcome back, B. Auntie B says, hey, hi, John and Frank. Auntie B is on a first name basis with Frank, my camera rig now. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Auntie B. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Captain. Oh, chat's jumping still. Hold on. Captain Mickey Mouse says, at Magical Mike, no, but I know Lawrence that does. Captain Mickey Mouse, are you best friends with Lawrence? Yukon Ron says, hello, Captain. Auntie B says, just rushed home to view my favorite show, Fun to Be Free. Oh, thank you again. I love when Auntie B says that. So she's got to rush home to view Fun to Be Free live. Yukon Ron says, hello, Auntie B. Magical Mike says, okay. And Sonic says, Fun to Be Free, 3 caballeros for now. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, 26 more likes. So John with Fun to Be Free will say, calling all explorers. We're going to do a countdown, so number 3, going to end with number 1. I need everybody viewing us live, unless you've already done so, to smash that like button. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. Do it now. Let's go. Auntie B says only 25 more likes to go to 100. We could do it. That's right, Auntie B. Thank you so much. Captain Mickey Mouse says, at Yukon Mike Ola. Sonic says, like I didn't have fireworks over at Soarin. LOL. Magical Mike says, at Captain Mickey Mouse, you personally know Lawrence and Corey? Yeah, do you really? Do you know them? Do you know them? Does he call you at home? John with Fun to Be Free just made it funny. Oh, that was, Sonic, I'm laughing at my own jokes here. Come on. Cut me some slack, Sonic. John with Fun to Be Free's voice is really starting to deteriorate, starting to give out, since John is a little hoarse right now, a little raspy still. It is very bright out here, very bright. And Sonic says, 2 birds and a duck. I am just wondering, why did Donald get hooked up with 2 birds? Just seems interesting to me. I don't know the answer, Sonic. I really have no idea. Sonic says, I've always wondered about that. No, I have no clue, Sonic. Sonic says, these rides, John, are these on a lazy river? Oh, I wouldn't call it a lazy river. I would call it a flume. F-L-U-M-E, a flume. Randy says, just food for thought. What if Disney is trying to price out the locals to get more international and other travelers to save up to go to the parks, almost like a bucket kind of thing? Yeah, possibly, Randy. Possibly. But I don't think that's what they're truly doing, but they're probably a small percentage of their revenue will come from something like that, but very small percent, I'm thinking. Not an overwhelming majority. But again, when you say price out the locals, you know, Walt Disney World, I think, is going to rely on the locals or the annual pass holders during the short time, this upcoming time period, if you will. I'm going to pause so you can enjoy the ambiance. But going back to Randy's last statement, so Randy, I'm just simply suggesting that I think the Walt Disney World Resort is going to lean very heavy on the locals, on the annual pass holders, and they'll probably start marketing towards people in the area that fit a certain demographic, probably within a driving distance. I'm just making it up, probably an hour and a half of a radius or a circle, if you will. Just guessing is what they're probably going to start doing very soon or shortly here, Randy. Sonic says, seems so. Nader, welcome in, welcome back, says, howdy, excuse me. Howdy, amigos. Nader, nice to have you back in the chat. Captain Mickey Mouse says, please stand by John, we'll be back shortly. Thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. And I lost my place in the chat. It just keeps jumping and rolling. Hold on. Sonic says, hey, at Nader. Yeah, I'm waiting at Captain Mickey Mouse. Don't worry. Captain Mickey Mouse says Magical Mike. I know I've never met on Zoom with them. So I think Captain Mickey Mouse doesn't know them personally and only met them on Zoom is what I think. John with Fundabee's Freeze. Hoarse voice is getting a little worse, It's going downhill pretty quick. Yukon Run says, hello, Nader. Sonic says, weak reception only at exit. That's fine. Good. Thanks for the update. Mama Duck says, cute ride. Isn't that Jeremy's favorite ride? 3 weeks ago, John with Fun to Be Free. In your video, you met Jeremy and Stacy from Purple Ivy Travel. Jeremy like Donald Duck. Good memory, Mama Duck. Yeah, over at Rise of the Resistance. Purple Ivy Travel. Is it with an S, I think it was. Purple Ivy Travels, I think it was with an S, if I remember correctly. Magical Bike says, at Randy, not sure about that. I think they still need locals for the off season, and they still give good discounts to Florida residents. Yeah, Magical Mike, I'm going with you on this one. They're going to lean heavy on the locals, if you will. Potato Land says, I have dining reservations at San Angel. They're in the Mexico Pavilion, Space 220 Lounge too. So excited. Yeah, Potato Land. John with Fun to Be Free actually has never dined at the Space 220 restaurant. So I hear that you're in for a real treat. People do have nothing but positive things to say about that dining experience. And then, of course, the San Angel Inn, of course, with the ambiance on the interior of the Mexico Pavilion, can't beat it. Sonic says, on the go with CeeLo. Hey there. Yukon Run says, hello, on the go. Potato Land says, what's the wait time for Maelstrom looking like? What? Too soon? Oh, yeah, Potato Land. So what Potato Land is alluding to is that the Frozen Ever After attraction essentially replaced Maelstrom. Maelstrom was the original attraction that opened way back in 1988 and was replaced by Frozen. Nice, Potato Land. Sonic says, I need to dig into some more seaweed. Yummy. Mama Duck says, hey there, at Nader. Randy says, I agree, but when I first got my annual pass, it was open season any day, and it was pennies on the dollar. I have to give an arm for this year's annual pass. Yeah, good point, Randy. Good point. But so John with Fun to Be Free is just simply saying they are pricing out a demographic that they don't want, and they want a very specific demographic. And what I'm going to say is the people with the money, if you could afford to do so, that's who the market is. That's who they want in the parks, obviously, is what I suggest, Randy. And I know Randy will agree with that. On the go with CeeLo says, hey, Sonic. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, don't do Frozen. It's copyrighted music in there. But the other day, I thought you wanted to see it, Captain Mickey Mouse. And then you said there's copyrighted music the other day. Sonic says, how are you? MCM says, do you think Frozen Ever After would be copyrighted? If so, I'd be afraid of a friendship fair show for the Frozen magical scene. MCM, you nailed it. Got it. You nailed it, MCM. Mama Duck says, welcome in at On The Go with CeeLo. Mama Duck says, oh, hi, MCM. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I have his email. I'll forward it towards you. Mama Duck, okay, probably towards me. John with Fun to Be Free is my guess. Mama Duck says, Captain Mickey Mouse, it's you. You're back. Welcome. Sonic says, oh, John, did you love my email I gave you yesterday? Oh yeah, Sonic. So quick update. I can't remember, but I don't think I responded back to your Sonic plush doll that you sent. John with Fun to Be Free has been extra busy these days, bringing you live streams and working in the background. But yeah, I did see it. Thank you for sending it. Thank you, Sonic. We are currently here at Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Overhead is the marquee sign. I'll pause here for just a moment. Park Bros, welcome in, welcome back, says, hey John, hey everyone. Nice to have you back, Lawrence. Mama Duck says, Park Bros, hi. Park Bros says, hi at Mama Duck. Captain Mickey Mouse says, at Park Bros, did you ask him to be on the Diz Pod? I just forwarded you John's email. Okay, we're here near the single riders entrance for Remy's Ratatouille adventure. So let's see if we could join the queue. Oh, we should look before we go. I'll look over it. It's a 75-minute wait time, so 75 minutes for the standby. But let's join the single rider line right now. Hello there. So this lightning lane return's not looking too good, but we're here on the go with CeeLo, so we're here. But it's a lot of air conditioning in the building. Oh, we're live on YouTube right now. Got it. Park Bro says that Captain Mickey Mouse, John and I have already been talking for a few weeks. Thanks. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, one of these days you need to rope drop. Oh, we'll see, Captain Mickey Mouse. You just never know what's in store for you here on Fun to Be Free. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Park Bro. Sonic says, huh? I am not Googling Tamil Shanta. I'm munching on seaweed. Park Bro says, hi, Amanda Hug and Kiss. And Fast Pass Radio says, everything is close here, but it takes hours to get to, right, John? That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead. That is correct, Fast Pass Radio. It's in close proximity, but due to the traffic in the area between Riverside, Orange, Los Angeles, and San Bernardino counties, there is a lot of traffic on the highways, on the freeways. The Fast Pass Radio has nailed it. Sonic says, Tam O'Shanter. I am now thinking of Kart-O-Mania, former go-karting place. I don't see how you're linking the two. This has got the O in there, I guess. Sure. I guess it's close enough, Sonic. Randy says, copy that, John. I'm staying on Disneyland property. I have a rest day built in. Also might explore since I'm an honorary explorer. Thank you, Randy. Very cool, Randy. Sonic says, hi at MCM. Mama Duck says, did someone say Tam O'Shanter? Enjoy at Mary on the Move. Sonic saying, Epcot means Epic Personal Computer of Tomorrow. LOL. There it is. There it is. Sonic laughing at his jokes. Magical Mike back in the chat says, I wrote this at 4:58. So you're saying we're backed up on the chat? Mary on the Move says, thanks at Mama Duck. Oh, hold on. We got the chat's rolling, jumping. Mary on the Move says, thanks at Mama Duck. I'm going on a Glendale field trip. I'll report back after. So Mary on the Move going on a Glendale field trip must mean that Mary on the Move is going to probably be around the Walt Disney Imagineering campus, possibly in Glendale, California. Magical Mike says, at Lawrence, how are you, my friend? Did not know you knew Captain Mickey Mouse. Sonic says, oops, I meant no one could stop us now. LOL. Bingo, there it is. Oh, Sonic, look good. Sonic says, oops, I meant no one can stop us now. LOL. Randy says, John, 5 o'clock, and it's all's well. Yeah, Randy, it's just like, yeah. Oh, boy. Robin Hood. Trigger. Yeah. Sonic says, the screen is charcoal black, John, 5 o'clock. Yeah, but we're doing fine now. I can read it now. We're in AC. Randy says, we have a new Explorer. Oh, really? Auntie B says, looks like a beautiful day there. It sure is, Auntie B. It's a little on the warm side, but it's very nice here. Sonic says, you're so fun to be with, John. Do you see your shadow? Shadow, huh? Sonic, nothing. Shadow. Okay. The chat keeps rolling. It keeps jumping. Hold on. Let me see where we're at here. Oh, hey, maybe I should mention, we have the 3D glasses here. So 3D glasses. So there you go. Okay, let me point towards the load area, the station. And I'll check the actual chats again. I'm trying to find our place in the chat. Randy says the pony seems to be growing. Yeah, that's right, Randy. It sure is. I'm going to try to hold it together for a little bit more. But Corey, welcome in, welcome back. Corey, last name handle D-L-O-U-H-Y. Welcome in. It's always nice to have Corey back in the chat. Says, hello, John. Well, hello there, Corey. Oh, we are just moments away from being assigned a row number for Remy's Ratatouille adventure here in the France Pavilion in World Showcase at Epcot. 1 and 2. Thank you so much. So we got row number 2. Row number 2. Randy says, Sonic birds of a feather flock together. Yep, not bad, Randy. Not bad at all. Sonic birds of a feather flock together. Sonic says, Flume, okay then. I'm passing up. Where am I going? No, number 2. There it is. There it is. It's over here. Number 2. Who does number 2 work for? All right. You can see the vehicles. They are trackless. It's a trackless ride system. Sonic says LOL at Randy. Sonic also says true. Parkbro says at Magic Mike, I'm well. How are you? Captain Mickey Mouse has been around the community for a while. I know Captain from our channel's chat. Oh, so Captain Mickey Mouse gets around. Magical Mike says hello at AntV. Sonic says birds of a feather flock together, but in comes a duck, but ducks have no feathers too. I'm not sure what you're saying, Sonic. Magical Mike says thanks, Lawrence. Also, Magical Mike says we are good, sir. Nevada Smith says at Magical Mike, I rented one of your VHSs. So much skin. I don't know. I don't know what Nevada Smith is saying. I really don't. Oh boy. Sonic saying, I just had an idea. Seaweed with chocolate. Sonic says, thanks. Okay, Fast Pass Radio. Fast Pass Radio in the chat again. I haven't pre-read the chat, but I'm thinking I know where he's going, so I'll pop up the subscribe button. Fast Pass Radio says, John's losing his voice. Time to get him a nice cold Beverly for medicinal purposes. Of course. Like and subscribe to Fun to Be Free with John. He needs your support. And Chaser. Fast Pass Radio. So John's losing his voice. Time to get him a nice cold Beverly for medicinal purposes. Of course, like and subscribe to Fun to Be Free with John. He needs your support and a chaser. So Fast Pass Radio, when you said medicinal, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of 9 to 5, the movie. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living with Dolly Parton. And there's the co-worker. She says it's medicinal. Yeah. Awesome. Fast Pass Radio. Sonic says, since I am having Pocky right now. On the Go Wasilo says, hello, Mama Duck. Magical Mike says, Nevada Smith. I am magical, not Magic Mike. LOL. I am Disney proper. Nevada Smith says, oh, my mistake. So on the Go Wasilo requested Remy's Ratatouille adventure. Here we are, experiencing it just in a few moments here. The vehicles in front of us are going through their safety checks, and then the cast member will dispatch the vehicles into the show building. Hello there.
Good seeing you. How you doing, all right?
I'll go, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did I say to close the door? Thank you. The lap bar is full? Okay. Great job. Thanks.
Voilà, venez, suivez-moi, je vous prie. Chef Remy is waiting for you. This way.
idea. Kokova? No. A simple omelet? Too simple. What? Mais oui, that's it!
Hey guys, the food is for them, not you.
Les coups étant sales. Oui, what are you doing? Que manigancez-vous?
Dépêchez-vous, par ici. Go, go.
Il va me falloir rapidement 4 ratatouilles pour la carte. Vous serez toujours les bienvenus, chers amis. À bientôt et bon appétit. Mino.
Right this way. You are always welcome at Bistro Shade.
Okay, be sure to grab all your stuff and watch your step as you exit. Goodbye.
All right, there you go on the go with CeeLo, where you just got to experience Remy's Ratatouille adventure here in World Showcase inside the France Pavilion. We just disembarked, we unloaded, we're exiting now. We're gonna deposit our glasses, our 3D goggles here and then head outside, back outside to the France Pavilion. Hold on just a moment. I need to make some technical adjustments to Frankenstein Mark 6. I'll be right with you.
Thank you.
All right. If you've just joined us, today's video topic is all about Walt Disney World, Florida, Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? So again, if you've just joined us, today's video topic is about Walt Disney World, Florida, Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? If you've just joined us as well, once this live stream concludes, once it's over, you can always be kind and rewind. Start the video over. We're not ending now. We're not stopping the live stream. But to find out all the details and the actual ticket prices, tune in and find out. Well, let's get back to the chat. Randy's saying that's where I was heading with the pricing out, folks. They are looking for the locals that want to go to dinner and eat at the parks, not the ones that bring the snacks and the drinks and pack it for the day. Randy, you nailed it. 100% agree. Bingo, bango. Randy's got it. So they're looking for the correct locals that want to eat in the parks and spend money here and not bring their own food or snacks. On the go with Silo says, I'll take a fresh baguette roll from the bakery too, John. On the go with Silo. Yeah, let me just dehydrate that for you like Back to the Future Part 2. On the go with Silo says that's like a dinner in itself. Yeah, that big baguette roll. Yeah, it's really good. Shadow Black Mustang says, I think the park ticket prices are specific to the lines in the park. Long lines equals higher prices. Hotel occupancy must be near 100%. Also the way they build resorts. Yeah, I'm just trying to digest what Shadow Black Mustang is saying. Let me see here. I think the park ticket prices are specific to the lines in the park. Long lines equal higher prices. Hotel occupancy must be near 100%. So also the way they build resorts. Yeah, I'm not positive about that. How, in regards to, I'm going to focus on the Walt Disney World Resort hotels. I'm not sure where the data comes from. Obviously, they have formulas, they gather data, and they're basing these decisions for the new resorts on data they have. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, Shadow Black Mustang. When I say I don't know, John with Fun to Be Free needs to think about it more. I wonder if Randy or Scooter Adventures or Magical Mike and Jen have more to suggest in regards to that, Shadow Black Mustang. I'm going to sit this one out because I'm still digesting what you just said. I'm not sure how they go about that. I've actually never heard any data or behind the scenes, any rumors about that. Sonic says, not a problem, John. 512 replying to your response to the email. Okay, Sonic, thanks for understanding. Just super busy here. Auntie B says 19 more likes to go to reach 100. I know we could do it. Okay, so because Auntie B is saying we need 19 more likes to 100, John with Fun to Be Free is saying, calling all explorers. We're going to do a countdown. And if you're viewing us live and you haven't done so already, we need everybody to smash that like button. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, smash the like button. Do it now. Let's go. Only 19 more likes to go. Fastbus Radio says, Mickey's of Glendale? Possibly Mary on the Move, possibly Mickey's of Glendale. Sonic says, I adore this Disney chat. I look forward to it every single day. Oh, I do too, Sonic, very much so. Hold on, let me get a drink of water. Thanks for your patience. I very much look forward to it, Sonic. Potato Land says, don't worry, Sheriff. The safety's on old Betsy, LOL. Oh, Potato Land got it. Yeah, Trigger from Robin Hood, Walt Disney's animated classic from the early 70s. Potato Land nailed it. Don't worry, Sheriff. The safety's on old Betsy. LOL, nailed it. Potato Land also said, think Disney will ban me if I quote, unquote, borrow permanently 3D glasses from Muppet Vision? Yeah, I would not suggest that, Potato Land. So anybody in the chat or viewing us live, John with Fun to Be Free does not condone or recommend that you remove 3D glasses from Muppet Vision or any other 3D experience here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Oh, it's very windy here right now. Very windy. Sonic says, Corey starting with DI. Corey on the down low. Randy says, yes, at Potato Land, they have camera everywhere, no borrowing glasses. Yeah, best if you don't, Potato Land. Sonic says, I said do have feathers too, John. You read wrong. Well, I'm only reading what's in the chat, Sonic. Potato Land at Sonic, seaweed with chocolate. You need to be careful. That might get you in your mouth. Sonic says straight, no chaser at Fast West Radio. Fast West, yeah, exactly. Fast West Radio nailed it earlier. Fast West Radio, LOL on Sonic. Fast West Radio. Oh, here we go. It's probably going to be another classic. It is very windy right now, so I hope this is coming through all over the microphone. Fast West Radio says, John's out here working Epcot 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Rides, laughs, and 0 coffee breaks. Like and subscribe to Fun to Be Free with John. He's earning that Disney dollar. Fast West Radio. I love it because I said 9 to 5 in the load area for Remy. Okay, so I got to say this again. This is good. Fast West Radio has been knocking them out of the park. Like every single day. It's incredible. Hey, while we're in the area, let's point the camera, old Frankie boy, towards World Showcase Lagoon. You can see the luminous barges off in the distance for tonight's luminous fireworks viewing, in other words, a show on the lagoon at 9 o'clock p.m. tonight. And we are entering the United Kingdom Pavilion here in World Showcase. But going back to Fast West Radio, it says, John's out here working Epcot 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Rides, laughs, and 0 coffee breaks. Like and subscribe to Fun to Be Free with John. He's earning that Disney dollar. Nailed it, Fast West Radio. That is so good. That is so good. I popped up the subscribe banner, but I don't know why. Maybe it didn't actually pop up. Maybe the weak reception came up. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Potato Land said, at Randy, I'm willing to take that risk. I mean, they're not going to be using them ever again. Why not let me take one home to remember the good times, jail time, and that trespass order? LOL. Potato Land, I know you just played, you're just joshing, but I still, John with Fun to Be Free would say, I would not recommend you remove Disney property. Hello there. Sonic says, Wi-Fi cut off again, sorry. Yeah, Sonic, you got to look at that, that Wi-Fi router. I'm thinking that's your issue. Randy says, I don't think that cast member wants to be on YouTube. Probably not, Randy. You're talking about the cast that's the load area at Remy's probably. Carla, I do believe Carla is a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. I am John with Fun to Be Free. It's nice to meet you, Carla. But Carla says, I used to work in the showcase, GFT, and I just saw the guy who was my coordinator. Haha, I see. Okay, welcome to the channel, Carla. We go live daily at 2 o'clock p.m. from the Walt Disney World Resort. It's nice to have you here, Carla. We're currently, of course, in the United Kingdom Pavilion in World Showcase at Epcot. Shadow Black Mustang says, wow, cast member blocking his face from the camera. Rude to customers that close the doors. He won't be working too long at Disney, or he won't be working too much longer because he's probably a college member, program cast member, and he's probably headed back home to France, I can only imagine, very shortly. Shadow Black Mustang. Randy says, welcome in, Carla. And Sonic says, at least I have my phone. Oh yeah, so the phone, you get your data connection from the phone if your wireless router fails, I guess, Sonic. Sonic's also saying, my 3rd time being on this ride. Puck Bro says, hi, Carla. Randy says, since you're at Epcot, John, you said your favorite restaurant was Beer Garden, but what's your favorite restaurant on property? Oh, Randy, I have to be very careful about this because we should say, or how should I phrase this? John with Fun to Be Free, if we're talking about just Epcot, it is very hard, very difficult, very challenging to actually show, tell, or share my favorite restaurant. I do enjoy Beer Garden, very much so. But how should I say, why? The reason why I enjoy Beer Garden, because it's just so much fun. And of course, it's all you care to enjoy feast. And of course, there's the Oompa band. It's just so neat in there. It's so well themed. So how should I say, Beer Garden is my favorite restaurant in the Germany Pavilion, but there's so many good restaurants on the property. So I want to say, Beer Garden is one of my favorites here at Epcot, no doubt, but on Walt Disney World property, what is my most favorite restaurant? That's such a hard call, Randy. Man, you're putting me on the spot here. Let me do this. I'm gonna pop up a logo here, double check the battery levels. Hold on, see what we're looking at. So FYI, Randy, we have no more juice. So blue has been depleted and orange bird has been depleted, and I'm carrying no further battery backups with me. But Randy, going back to Randy's statement, says, since you're at Epcot, John, you said your favorite restaurant was Beer Garden, but what's your favorite restaurant on property? Yeah, it's a tough call. Now, here's where I'm headed with this. So I'm not just saying this because like I'm near it and it just sparks my memory, Randy. I've always had an excellent experience at Le Cellier Steakhouse. In other words, it's a table service dining experience, and if you're on the Disney dining plan, it takes 2 table service credits. It's a little on the pricier side, but it offers such a great time, and the food is phenomenal. And so if I actually had to say what is like my best experience, my best meal, the best, quality, all that, I'm gonna probably have to say Le Cellier. There's a lot of guests that I think agree with me on that, because Le Cellier, as you know, is very popular, but the only issue is Le Cellier is small in size or limited seating capacity. Therefore, it's very popular and hard to secure a reservation. But with that said, Le Cellier is always just like top-notch, spectacular, exceeds all expectations. And I always say, John, with Fun to Be Free, is if I'm eating on property, I want to eat in Epcot. So, Randy, Le Cellier is probably, I'm going to put it right up there. I've eaten here many, many times, and it's one of my favorites. I just said one of my favorites, but in terms of the best experience, it's probably, Le Cellier, Randy. Again, there's so many good restaurants here to choose from, even like Yachtsman Steakhouse over at Disney's Yacht Club Resort. That's another excellent steakhouse as well. Very similar, if you will, high-end table service, 2 dining credits, if you will. But I'm walking towards Le Cellier Steakhouse. It's right up here, below Hotel du Canada. But hey, Sonic, we're in your neck of the woods, dude. But where are we? Are we anywhere near Quebec here? Can you see anything reminiscent of Quebec? Well, like Bouchard Gardens. I hope I said that right, Sonic. Bouchard Gardens. I can't speak French, Sonic. But we are now moderately in the shade, and you can see the marquee sign for Le Cellier. And quickly, Randy, I want to say I love this background music in Fast Fest Radio. This BGM, I love it too. It plays, of course, in the restroom, in the dining facility, on the interior dining room here at Le Cellier. I love it. In my head right now. Da, 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 do, 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 do. Love it. A Fast Fest Radio, I love it. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Carla. Sonic says, Wi-Fi is back. On the Go with CeeLo says, thanks, John, for Emmys. You're welcome, On the Go with CeeLo. Carla says, hello. Oh, I missed this ride. Well, you got to experience it. Sonic says, and John, like I said, I can't look into the router since it's at my cousin's place. Yeah, I see, because you're separated above. Oh, hello there. You're on the loft, if you will, above the garage, I thought you said. And Sonic said, hi, at Carla. And Sonic says 55 degrees over here, but really sunny. Nevada Smith says, at Sonic, sunny is good. Nevada Smith says, go for a swim. No thanks, Nevada Smith. He's probably talking about when we're on the bridge with the World Showcase Lagoon. Sonic says, third time going on this ride, but it's always a good time. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, agreed, Sonic. Randy says, at Potato Land, the glasses are about $20 on eBay. Better than a lifetime ban. But John with Fun to Be Free is going to say, maybe you should buy them and return them to Walt Disney World. Sonic says, at Nevada Smith, nah, it's fine. I will go to a friend's place. It's not my cousin's pool. Got it, Sonic. Sonic says, when I get back to my city, that's I am supposed to be in. Nevada Smith says something, and because the chat's jumping. Hold on, gotta go find the spot. Nevada Smith says, I hear a good cold plunge is good for our health. That's what I hear too, Nevada Smith. Cold water. Oh, we got bubbles in the area. Lots of bubbles. Bubbles. Love me some bubbles in the area. Nevada Smith says, oh, understood. Randy says, looks like raindrops. Agua, Mr. Senor. Yeah, Randy's saying, get some water. So good suggestion, Randy. Sonic says, talking about plunge, I was feeling like an idiot a few weeks ago since I flushed raw green beans down the toilet. Don't do that, kids. Oh, did it back it up, Sonic? Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea at all. Amanda Hug and Kiss says 18 more likes. Okay, so John with Fun to Be Free is calling all explorers. If you're viewing us live right now, and if you haven't done so, we're going to do a countdown starting with number 3. We're going to end with the number 1. Once we get to the number 1, I need everybody in the live chat, everybody viewing us live, to smash the like button. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Smash that like button. Do it now. Let's go. Sonic says, bad move on my end. Yeah, throwing down the toilet, yeah. Nevada Smith says, haha, at Sonic, duly noted. Christopher Chavez says, I gotta agree, John. You worked 22 years as a cast member for Disneyland, but man, it is so exciting because we have 3 months until the 70th anniversary on May 16th. Oh, when they, of course, gonna do the kickoff on May 16th, but of course, the anniversary won't be until July 17th, 1955. 70 years from then will be July 15th. 2025. Is that what you're referring to, Christopher Chavez? And Matthew Ollie, I do believe, is a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Well, hello there, Matthew Ollie. Hello, Matthew. I am John with Fun to Be Free. We go live daily, 2 o'clock p.m. from the Walt Disney World Resort. It's nice to meet you. Matthew Ollie says, what park are you at today? We are at Epcot today, Matthew Ollie. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. It's nice to see you in the chat. Randy says, they are based on the lines. They have the season and have seen the data that is associated with the dates, not the lines. That's why annual passes are blocked out for certain dates, its capacity. Nailed it, Randy. I think you nailed it there. I'm going to restate that. Randy's saying they are based on the lines. They have the season and have seen the data that is associated with the dates, not the lines. That's why annual passes are blocked out for certain dates, its capacity. Nailed it, Randy. So yeah, Randy's focusing on, of course, the capacity and not the actual physical, tangible amounts of people in the line. Randy says, welcome, Matthew. He is at Epcot today. Bingo, Randy. Matthew Ollie says, okay, thanks. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, hi, Matthew. Cutstown Comet. Oh, Cutstown Comet's back. We haven't seen Cutstown Comet in a while. Oh, Cutstown Comet, what have you been up to? Welcome back to the channel, Cutstown Comet. Cutstown Comet says, look at you, Johnny. 2,500 followers. Good for you. Haven't watched for a while. Weather is too nice, so I don't watch as often. Keep up the good work. Well, oh, thank you so much, Cutstown Comet. Cutstown Comet was a big fan back in like February and March of this year. Cutstown Comet used to join us a lot. But real quick, Cutstown Comet saying, look at you, Johnny. 2,500 followers. Good for you. So, did we actually hit 2,500 followers? Or are you just rounding up, Cutstown Comet? But it's nice that you're here either way. Yukon Ron says, hello, Cutstown. Randy says, welcome back, Cutstown. And Sonic says, hang on, that second Wi-Fi cutout really made me lose my position. Was that like pole position from the movie The Goonies? Cutstown Comet says, cello at Yukon Ron and at Randy, keep Johnny in line. That's right. No, Frankie Boy is keeping me in line, Cutstown Comet. It's nice that you're back. I like it. Like it a lot. I like it a lot. Randy says, won't make it to 7, maybe 6 tops. Yeah, Randy, I think you're right. The old pony's back. Mike Miller, welcome in, welcome back. Mike Miller says, Mike Miller is coming to Walt Disney World on May 1st, 2026, 41st birthday. Biggest celebration ever, in all caps. Oh, very cool, Mike Miller. Thank you for being here. I like that you're here. Mike Miller says, I would like to build my one lightsaber. How much does it cost? Probably you're talking about $249.99 is what I'm thinking, the one that you want. But if anybody in the live chat knows more than John with Fun to Be Free, jump in, tell them the price. But yeah, I think it's around $250, so budget for that. A little on the pricier side. They are cool, they're amazing, but a little expensive. Randy says, congrats, Mike Miller. Awesome, Randy, thank you. Mike Miller says, I wanted to build my own lightsaber. How much does it cost? Randy says, at Mike Miller, about $250. Bingo, Randy, okay. Bingo, bango. Randy, same wavelength, I guess. Potato Land, $249.99, bingo. Okay, thank you for that, you guys. The chat's jumping. I gotta go find my spot again. Fastbus Radio says, did someone say BGM? That's right, Fastbus Radio. I love it. He's talking about, of course, the Canada Pavilion background music near Le Cellier that plays in the interior dining room and the restroom. For anybody that's ever been in the restroom in Le Cellier, you know what I'm talking about. All that amazing handmade tile work. It's so cool. Potato Land says, BGM, Beverly, guzzling magic. Potato Land, BGM. I can assure Potato Land that BGM doesn't stand for Beverly Guzzling Magic. Scooter Adventures in the chat again says, driving home, looking and listening, going home to charge up the old scooter and camera gear for a park day tomorrow. That's right, Scooter Adventures. So you just never know if our paths cross tomorrow. You just never know. Scooter Adventure says, and maybe have me some Beverly. Well, you're more than welcome to indulge, Scooter, but John with Fun to Be Free will not. Amanda Hug and Kiss says, 13 more likes. Okay, so John with Fun to Be Free is calling all explorers. Attention, all explorers. If you're watching us live right now and you haven't done so, in 3, 2, 1, smash that like button, smash it good. Let's go, do it now. Mike Miller says, thank you, Randy. May the 4th be with you. Well, Mike Miller, may the Schwartz be with you. Yukon Ron says, hello, Mike. Potato Land says, wait a second. ... Remember that adventure hero I mentioned a few videos ago? ... Nevada Smith, perfect. Nevada Smith, Wisconsin Johnson, and Florida Man coming soon to a theater near you. That's good. Good as always. So very, very similar to what you shared before about Potato Land. Here we go again. Wait a second. Remember that adventure hero I mentioned a few videos ago? Nevada Smith, perfect. Nevada Smith, Wisconsin Johnson, and Florida Man coming soon to a theater near you. So Florida Man is wrestling a gator, maybe, and Potato Land. What are you wrestling? The potato from Potato Land, maybe? And then Nevada Smith, what do you have in your hand? Oh boy. Christopher Chavez says, yes, John, that's what the news update says on my Disneyland website page, so I'm so excited. Awesome, awesome. Nevada Smith says, at Potato Land, ha ha ha. Scoot Adventure says, Randy, I know it's usually true, but if it's due to capacities, something about they missed. But chat's rolling. Hold on. Randy, I know that it's usually true, but if it's due to capacities, they missed it today because that park is empty and they shut a lot of people out from coming. No, Scoot Adventures, here's what I'm suggesting. They're generating more revenue per person today in Epcot and the other theme parks here at the Walt Disney World Resort simply because everybody you see in the parks right now is the correct guests from a Disney standpoint that are spending their monies. Yes, that's right. Monies with an S. Money, spending their monies on resort hotels, spending their monies on theme park admission, spending their monies on, of course, multiple meals being eaten here at the Walt Disney World Resort, and spending their monies on souvenirs. So, Scoot Adventures, I would say that Disney today is actually generating more revenue than on an average day when it's super crowded in the parks, because this is the correct balance, the correct mix of people in the resort right now, Scoot Adventures. Nevada Smith says, howdy, Mike. And Sonic says, Hotel do Canada. That's right. That's right, Sonic. Sonic says, yeah, I am way behind. Potato Land says, Wisconsin Johnson and Yukon Ron and the mystery of the Great Lakes Pyramids. Sonic says, sorry. Randy says, oh my God, John, my daughter is on the floor here. I always say that comment. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah. Randy. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey, Lloyd, Harry and Lloyd. Anyways, Potato Land. That's why you keep me around. Genius ideas. Oh, John with Fun to Be Free is not a genius. Frank's the one that's doing all the thinking, the heavy lifting, and the broadcasting. Mike Miller says, cannot wait for the new rides, 2026 Zootopia ride. Yeah, Mike Miller, there is a big lineup of attractions in the pipeline here for Walt Disney World. Very exciting. Fast Pass Radio says, at Randy, John's Epcot news correspondent always gets the real scoop. Like and subscribe for the truth. No fake news here. Randy's got the facts, baby. Fast Pass Radio. That's good. So I'll pop up the subscribe banner and I will restate that last statement from Fast Pass Radio. I don't even know how to say this, but I keep suggesting or repeating, Fast Pass Radio is on fire. But again, Fast Pass Radio, he's gone the plaid. So plaid, ludicrous speed is after on fire, I think. So it's fire, ludicrous speed, and then plaid, right? Fast Pass Radio's gone to plaid, and he's not come back from it. He's nailing these right out of the park every single time. So Fast Pass Radio says again, at Randy, John's Epcot news correspondent always gets the real scoop. Like and subscribe for the truth. No fake news here. Randy's got the facts, baby. Awesome. Very, very cool, Fast Pass Radio. And then MCM in the chat says, next time when you decide to walk through Journey of Water, walk slowly through the waterfall on the left and you won't get wet. I know, MCM. I know. It'll separate. It will part the seas for me. I understand. I'm just so panicked about getting Frankie Boy wet, MCM. But thank you for the suggestion. Shadow Black Mustang says, quality people, not quantity. Interesting. Maybe during the busy seasons, not on value season. So one thing's for sure, Disney knows what they're doing. You're right, Shadow Black Mustang. Bottom line, when it's crowded, my opinion, John with Fun to Be Free speculation, is simply it's locals. In other words, people that come from the general immediate area and they're annual pass holders. And the annual pass holders do not spend the big bucks like the people that you're seeing on camera right now. So again, I'm going to emphasize, the people you're seeing right now, Disney is generating more revenue from all these people, even though the crowd's lower than they usually do when the parks are packed with annual pass holders. Potato Land says, good thing I'm broke. Disney can't squeeze any more money out of me except that blackmailing money I've been paying for that Beverly incident in 2023. Awesome, Potato Land. Awesome. I love it when you guys are here. You guys have essentially had me on the floor. I'm just saying that, figure of speech, because that's not the absolute truth, because I've been walking the whole time. But at any rate, today's video topic is Walt Disney World, Florida, Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? So if you've just joined us, today's video topic is about Walt Disney World, Florida, Disney World ticket prices. How much is a one-day 2026 ticket? So let's pause here for just a moment. And I want to just show you Spaceship Earth along with the fountain. I'm trying to get both in frame. A little challenging, so maybe I'll put the camera somewhere around here. We're going to pause here because you can hear the BGM. Fast Pass Radio still in chat. I'm sure loving it right now. And I'll slowly come back down to ground level and we'll moderately walk around, circumnavigate, if you will, the fountain here in front of Spaceship Earth. It is a gorgeous day here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Well, hello there. John with Fun to Be Free. I'm slowly going to turn around, so coming into view shortly, you could get, of course, gorgeous views of the fountain along with Spaceship Earth in the background. But I wanted to say thank you for joining me today here at Epcot. I had an absolute blast as always. You guys in the chat, especially Fast Pass Radio, outdid yourself today. You went to plaid, as I just said, with all those comments that are just absolutely on fire. But at any rate, I wanted to say, we go live daily 2 o'clock from the Walt Disney World Resort here in Central Florida. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for watching. We'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.